Hey, this is Ross Payne with Role-Playing Public Radio. We're playing Bedlam Hall, a depressing role-playing game about horrible people. And everyone's really excited for this. I'm not sure. Well, anyways, before I go into
Look away, dear listeners. Cast not your eyes upon this foulness.
we have 6 players.
That's fine.
This is a role-playing game about being the servants of a very big Edwardian, very rich family called the Blackwoods. We're going to use the default family for this. And we have a full group of servants here eager to please the family, 6 players. So we'll go left and we'll do a little introduction for each one. I'll ask each player a couple questions about their character. Starting on my left with David. And first off, what is your name here in the hall?
I am Farthingsworth. I am the butler.
And you're the butler?
Served this family since I was 5 years old. 91 years so far.
And that's how long you've been serving. Very good. And what is your... describe your general appearance.
Well, one could say I look rather ancient for some reason. I'm a rather humorless individual, but the uniform is still pressed and neat, as befits a servant of the Blackwood family.
All right. Very good. Next up, we have Sean.
Hey, I will be playing the maid, Dorothy Popplebottom.
All right.
All right.
And you are the maid.
She's often described as a bit naive. It just seems that way. And a frail little woman.
And how long have you been here at the hall?
A couple years.
Couple years?
Couple of years, yes.
What happened to the last maid?
Oh, I wouldn't know.
All right. Not even a rumor about her?
It was quite unfortunate. We never did get the stains out of the conservatory.
Oh, I'm just so glad to have this job. So glad.
Are we revealing our secrets yet?
No, we'll do that last. Do a little pass. Bill.
Yeah, hey, this is Bill. I am playing Hobson, the butler, butler to Lord Blackwood.
I do believe you mean the valet, sir.
Yes.
There is only one butler in
There
this
is
house.
only one butler.
For now.
How uncouth of me, sir. Please do forgive me. It was a momentary lapse of judgment.
Oh, dear, dear.
All right, so you're the valet.
Yes.
Who are you the valet to? Are you to Lord Blackwood himself?
Lord Blackwood, as I previously mentioned.
Okay. All right, sorry.
Interloper.
Yeah, I'm the master of the hall. So, anyways, how long have you been here at the hall?
Approximately a decade. Since before the war.
All right. Describe your general appearance, if you could.
I'm a man of manicured taste, befitting someone in charge of the appearance of another.
All right. Very good. Next up, we have Renee.
Hi there, lovey.
Hello.
What is your name here in the hall?
I'm Reynolds.
Reynolds. Mrs. Reynolds.
Some people call me Mrs. Reynolds. Just Reynolds will do.
And what is your position here at the hall?
I'm the housekeeper.
All right. And how long have you been here at the hall?
I've been here for 25 years.
Oh. And describe your general appearance.
I'm a rosy woman. Jolly.
Jolly. All right. And next up we have Jason, who is playing...
I'm Francis.
Francis. And what is your position here at the staff?
I'm the chauffeur.
And how long have you been here?
Since the nightmare started.
I believe actually...
I'm not going to say that's the best answer, but that is the best answer. Describe your general appearance, if you could.
Well, I won't say I'm quite as large as a grave digger, but I was hauling bodies during the war.
They were just...
I've seen too much.
Just meat.
Too much wind, too much rain.
Well, there's plenty of that here. Plenty of wind and rain here at the hall. Out on the estate. And then finally we have Tom, who's playing...
Hello, I'm Mrs. Tolliver.
Mrs. Tolliver. And what is your position here at the hall?
I'm the cook.
You're the cook?
The kitchen's my own little fiefdom.
And how long have you been here at the hall?
11 years, but who's counting?
All right. And what do you look like? Is it Tolliver?
I'm only 30, but some might assume I might be a lot older.
Or was it?
Quiet, you. I wear the colors of mourning a lot.
All right, cheerful cook. All right, so we're gonna
Does he
ask.
look like Alan Rickman to everyone else?
That depends.
So
Is
now
he
we'll
Snape, the
normally
potions master?
secrets are kept secret, but every character has a secret, and because this is a podcast, all players will reveal their character secret, but your other characters will not know about them. You have to go dig up these secrets to gain blackmail. So,
In some cases, quite literally.
yes, Farthingsworth. What is Farthingsworth's secret?
Oh, that would be that horrible cad who died accidentally when the chandelier fell on him. A tragic incident. So extremely tragic.
You did hide the screwdriver.
Very well, yes.
All right, so a bit of murder.
Awful crafty place.
Dorothy Popplebottom. What is her secret?
Well, it's funny. Some people call me Dottie, and I keep getting told I look just like this woman from an old burlesque act, Dottie and Dottie. They had this very quite intelligent and subversive song. Thank you very much. What's Wrong with Auntie Tilly? Very popular in the London circuit. But I assure you, I'm not her at all. But I'm glad you think I look that young still.
The resemblance is quite uncanny.
All right. Let's see here. Hobson. What is his secret?
Yes, well, I've recently received a letter from one of my several aunts. I came from a large family, or so I thought, because apparently what I thought were my many uncles were, in fact, visiting the house for a mercantile transaction.
All of your uncles, John?
Strangely, yes, it was the family name.
All right. And then Reynolds.
Yes, well, you see, I might have managed to incur some rather massive gambling debts on the Mongolian cricket racing circuits.
Is that very exciting?
It's very exciting. Would you like me to tell you about it?
In great detail.
In the future, perhaps we have others to answer.
I'm
Francis.
certain, though, that those bets weren't cheap.
No.
I'm going to say canonically Lord Blackwood hates puns.
It's been a very long 91 years.
Francis, what is his secret?
I remember the psalm. Just maybe the fourth trip back across, I realized that I was Chiron. And I was ferrying the dead to the river, across the river. When I came home, my family, they could not understand that. It was just good Protestants. I shamed them. But I couldn't believe in that anymore because I knew that that's who I was. The parishman said I had to leave, so they banned me from the estates and from my home.
Bless his heart.
All right, believes he's coward. Very good. Finally, Mrs. Tolliver.
Well, my husband was reported missing 3 months ago. They say he's just missing, but I know where his body's buried. Right where I planted it. Did you know that a frozen shank of lamb can give a mighty excellent blow to the back of one's skull? And then you can cook it afterwards, serve it, and there goes the
lamb we're talking about, right?
Sure.
What caused this
Constable
altercation?
said he's missing, but I haven't missed him yet.
I still mourn him because he would have come back to me by now.
What was the cause of this altercation? By the way?
I didn't mind the first dalliance, or the second, or even the third, but the fourth through the seventh rather annoyed me. By the 10th, I'd had just about enough.
All right, what a cad!
This is an opportune moment to apologize, for the rest of the game for our accents.
We will do no such thing. These accents are meticulously researched, and
They're not shifting at all.
It never shifts.
now we're going to be using the Blackwood Family that is written in the book because I'm modifying the existing sort of starter scenario. You guys are going to be attending to a party, but I will ask each of you a couple questions about one member of the family. So we'll start out with Hobson, of course, because he is the valet to Lord Aldecott Blackwood. And he's been recently on since his last safari, he's been thinking about looking into, he keeps talking about resurrecting a demigod or
like you do.
a demigod, a demon, something very powerful and requires circles and whatnot. So, that's what he's been getting up to. But tell us a little more about Lord Aldecott.
He's a slight man of pale complexion, affects a pencil-thin mustache, and a man of great passions.
Such as, aside from resurrection,
just a general.
Taking the life of small animals and larger ones.
Sounds like he's developed.
He was a safari.
Interest in anthropology.
Yeah.
All right.
And goes absolutely crazy whenever Mrs. Blackwood speaks French.
Goes mad. Okay. So a little go mad. Sorry.
I know what he's doing.
Life speed.
I mean,
I suspected when you said pencil-thin mustache.
All right. I get it.
why make it tough?
Yeah. No, that's fine. All right. So Lady Daffodil Blackwood will have the housekeeper.
That's a fun image.
Let's see here. Reynolds. You know that she has been quite paranoid as of late. That she is the second. Remember, she is the second wife to Lord Blackwood, and she seems very concerned that she may not be the last wife of Lord Blackwood. So that's sort of hinting at her trouble. But what else can you tell us about Lady Daffodil Blackwood?
Well, the thing that she is terrified of is fire, in particular.
Okay.
And so she wants there to be some sort of vessel of water in every room.
Water in all rooms, all right.
Be that just a bucket or a vase of flowers or something.
Night Shyamalan.
Oh, God, yeah, all right, yeah. Anything else?
Also, she is a very fine dresser, but only refuses to dress in any colors other than black and pink.
Black and pink. That's an interesting time.
They don't have to be together, but
Okay.
those are the only two colors.
All right. Very, very good. Let's see here. Of course, Dorothy Popplebottom, the daughter Matilda Blackwood, often calls upon your services. Lately she has been talking about her imaginary friend, Mr. Widow, who is she seems very determined. She spends most of her time in the attic. Occasionally she seems to be locked up there according to Lord Blackwood's instructions, but you've never really quite figured out if that's by accident or it's quite intentional. But tell us what else can she's about 12 or 13. What else can you tell us about Matilda?
She also occasionally vanishes into the garden.
Okay.
And comes back and won't answer to Matilda for a while.
What does she answer to?
Let's go with what's a good one?
What was the warrior queen? Boudica.
You think Boudica? I was actually going to go with a French name.
Okay.
Better than Ginger Coffee.
So let's go with Antoinette.
Antoinette. All right.
Goes by Antoinette, and the Antoinette Matilda is a lot more cheerful, but kind of a sadist.
All right. Very good.
But also can't see Mr. Widow.
Mr. Widow can't see Mr. All right, very good. Let's see here. Recently, Francis, you had to bring a new member of the family, a cousin, to the family who's staying there for the season. Erebus, an 8-year-old. Erobus. He's a 8-year-old cousin who's borderline mute. It's very, very seldom. And he seems very fragile. He, of course, also seems to be trying to put his head in front of guns that are on walls and leaning out of windows. He is courting fate, as it were. But what else can you tell us about young Erebus? For example, you're the one who picked him up, so you might have seen his other family at the train station. Or you might he might have revealed things to you that others may not have. He may only be playing mute.
He spoke in whispers that weren't whispers.
What whispers?
I've seen eyes like his before. It never surprised me every time he went to go find one of the guns.
Alright.
He was dancing across the grounds. It was like he was running from trench to trench.
Alright.
Wouldn't believe a sickly boy to be able to run that fast. But they always run that fast when it comes for them.
Alright, very good, very good. Let's see here. And then, let's see here. Farthingsworth, you've had to deal a lot lately with abstinence. She is the older sister of Daffodil and the mother of Erebus. She has also recently arrived. Abstinence is very, well, outgoing, shall we say. It seems to be very... some would say making flirtations towards everyone and anyone who's nearby. But what else can you tell us about abstinence?
Other than the obvious that the name does not fit.
Okay.
She would also be well acquainted if were her name Grace, because that is something she is also somewhat lacking.
Oh, she's definitely not to Tilly right there.
She's very unmannerly and very direct. She seems to think that she can give orders to the servants as opposed to making requests. She does not know her place.
All right, very good. Let's see here. Who hasn't gone yet? I think you have him. All right. Well, as the cook, you normally don't interact with guests that often, but
I prefer not to.
The Lord Blackwood, as Lucian got it in his head that Matilda should interact more with children her own age. So a guest has come, Angus Bitterwit, who is a small child, slightly younger than Matilda, and Angus is, well, you notice some of the forks and silverware have gone missing around him. But what else can you tell us about Angus? He is a village child. He is a guest.
First of all, I once thought that the poor were universally thin, but obviously his mother has money for gruel or whatever they eat.
Okay.
Because the boy is certainly rotund. And if it is him nicking the silverware, then good for him. If he can maintain the skills of larceny with those fat sausage fingers.
Wow.
It's not my job. My job is to keep the family fed. If it wasn't for me, they'd have all died of rickets years ago.
All right.
Just a squint.
We're good. Has anyone not gone yet? I think we're full. All right. There's also a reverend who will be attending, Reverend Tuckett. He is seems to be having a crisis of faith.
Good.
Possibly. He's very unsure of himself. So, yeah.
I've seen him nipping some of the sherry.
All right. The Reverend's taking some drinks.
Nipping it. He just asked me for the whiskey.
All right.
Did he drink it straight out of the bottle again?
Yes.
All right. Does anybody else have any other things they want to share about any of the family members that they've heard of? Obviously, yeah, player-facing game, but we've got a lot to work with. Let's have a little questions about the house. Now, for listeners at home, where I'm using the Clue board game as the basis of it, I changed the central room into a library.
Because this is the new Clue that has the guest house and the spa.
It's an American-style mansion. It's not a nice English manor, but, as needs.
What are you going to do?
Yeah, blah, blah, blah.
Needs the must.
Needs must, yeah. So I'll just go around, ask questions. Which room has the most unsettling cold spots?
The spa.
The spa.
The spa. Oh, yes, of course. What was I thinking?
When the cold spot comes and the steam clears, you don't want to see what's in there.
It's also strange. Like every time the hot tub is done, it smells like soup.
Haunted by soup. All right, got it. Let's see here. Francis, what object do you wish the family would just throw away? Is there something in the family? Yes.
Why are you looking at me?
It's that great big bloody suit of armor. It talks.
It talks. All right.
I swear it talks.
What does it say? Can you understand
The
it?
rector is a family protector.
It saw the dead being carried to, and it recognized me.
So what was you hear? Like, hello, Garv, you moved the dead too? Oh, that's awesome. That's
Reynolds, what room is considered the most dangerous? And he goes to make up additional rooms. This is obviously only one floor. It's a multiple level.
Then it's obviously the carriage house.
The carriage house, where the garage, where the automobiles are kept and whatnot.
Automobiles and occasionally a horse or two.
All right. Why is that the most dangerous?
People fall off of horses.
People fall. All right. The horses are dangerous. All right. Very good. By the way, Francis, Bentley or Duesenberg? Bentley, of course. Let's see here. Dorothy, what room has a secret passage into where?
Oh, metagame of shit.
We also know that there's an attic. There's obviously servants' quarters. There's also a cellar.
Well, not many people know this, mind you. I happen to know this because I spent an awful lot of time in Little Matilda's room. And it actually has a direct passage down to the servants' quarters.
Oh, from the attic? Or from her own room?
From her actual bedroom.
What does Matilda spend more time in the attic or in her room?
Well, she only really spends time in her room when she's not playing in the garden or locked in the attic.
All right. It's a secret passage from room to... let's see here. Sorry, I'm keeping track of it. It's Hobson. What room, in your opinion, deserves a good cleansing fire?
Also the spa.
Yes, but...
keep referencing the spa. We'll set the whole game there.
What room deserves it?
Yeah.
The theater.
The theater.
Because it's a low-class entertainment. But what room is it most likely to happen in? The kitchen. Have you seen what's built up in there?
All right.
Like,
The grease
Bill's character. It's not my job to clean it anyway.
Kind of is.
Actually, yeah.
So
That's why! We solved the mystery! Okay.
Let's see here.
Notice a significant...
Now, Fargensworth, as the butler, you would know this. What happened in the wine cellar that one time?
Oh, it was a horrible vintage. That Amontillado just managed to get walled up behind the rack of better wines, and it was a tragic thing that the old chauffeur and horse wrangler decided that he was going to drink it at the time.
Let's
rumors
see.
of
Has everyone answered a question about the house so far? You've not? All right. Let's see here. Normally you don't spend much time in the library, but except for that one time you were called to the library. What struck you as unusual about it?
Well, for one, there was no one in the library when I was called there. I thought that rather strange. I also thought it might have been some child's game that I would have repaid tenfold, but the voice I heard was clearly not one of the children.
Oh, what did the voice say?
It was in some other language, and if it's not English, I don't care. It seemed very insistent and pleading and in pain. But if it can't think enough to speak English, then I can't help it.
Okay.
I still hear it sometimes. In the night.
In the dark?
Just drop them more records.
Finally, there's one more thing, and these is questions about. Well, each of you will answer a question about another member of the staff. We'll answer this. So, I guess we'll start with Francis. What's the deal? What's the problem with the gardener? What's the problem with him?
What is the deal with that guy?
I don't frankly know. I keep watching him skulking. The way he holds those trimmers. I just... I feel like he's searching for something, and I don't want to be there when he finds it.
Very good, yeah. He's looking for something. All right.
It's like I was there.
Let's see here. For our things worth, who is the family's favorite right now?
Do you mean the family's favorite among the staff?
Yes.
Well, that's a difficult question. Every single member of the family favors a different staff member. You see, Lord Blackwood is rather fond of his valet, which would be Mr. Hobson.
All right.
But on the other hand, Daffodil holds a great deal of affection for Francis.
All right.
Matilda, of course, loves Miss Popplebottom. And Cousin Erebros seems rather enamored of me. I can't imagine why.
All right.
Fortunately, Abstinence has decided that she is going to turn her affections towards Mrs. Reynolds. And Angus, the little sausage-fingered boy, insists on bothering Mrs. Tolliver every chance he gets. A fact that she is exceedingly not happy about.
All right. So Dorothy Popplebottom, which of the staff members have seen a ghost, and where did they see that?
Well, nope, I have to use a different reference.
You could say this far. Make it really narratively important. That's fine.
I was just gonna say that there was that time Mrs. Tolliver wouldn't stop saying, I saw something nasty in the woodshed.
Okay. I saw something nasty. All right. You assumed it was a ghost.
I assume it's a ghost. Kept talking about chains. I don't know.
Oh, right.
Taint.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of that movie with Wilford Brimley, and it was
I
in
saw
a stall.
something nasty in the woodshed. Anyway.
So Hobson, have I asked you a question yet?
Not.
All right. Who's been almost dismissed recently? Almost been fired.
Does that have to be a player character?
Yep.
Oh.
Let's make it interesting.
All right.
Actually, I guess it doesn't have to be. It could be an NPC servant. There are footmen and scullery maids and others.
Various other positions.
Yeah.
I was thinking it would probably be. We've already got the gardener, but is there a groundskeeper, a huntsman?
Is there?
Yes.
All right. There is.
And he was almost fired for stealing someone else's annual allotment of ale.
Allotment of ale. All right.
He's a groundskeeper.
You don't understand. I needed it.
He's a groundskeeper. Is his name Willie?
Willis.
Groundskeeper
Yeah.
Willis.
Groundskeeper Willis. All right.
I've got
all right.
needs.
Let's see who else hasn't had a question about the
Might
staff.
as well just go.
Yeah,
order.
around the circle.
I know. I'm
You
just,
do need those.
yeah.
So you started with Tom.
No,
Okay.
you start with David.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just bouncing around, Chelsea.
Francis.
You start with Francis. That's all.
Did he?
Yeah, what was up with
Only
the
me, I think only me and her have not done one.
All right.
We'll find him.
So Reynolds
Yes.
always seems to be involved when something goes missing.
You mean other than Angus? No. Yeah, other than Angus.
Well, one of the staff.
Well, Angus does tend to hang around with Mrs. Tolliver a lot.
Oh. Very
The funny thing about those British desserts, they give you sticky fingers.
All right. Let's see here.
It's like bowling animation to go with every.
Mrs. Tolliver.
Yes.
Let's see here. Let's see. We already know who's been some. Who spends the most time with the children?
It's always Mrs. Pupplebottom. I don't know why. I don't know why anyone would want to spend any time with children.
Thank you for not saying the visiting clergyman.
You're welcome.
They're not Catholic.
But it's that inherent cheeriness that I never trust.
What?
The children seem enamored with it, but they don't know anything.
All right. So we have a sense of the house of Blackwood Manor and the servants and the house itself and the families that populate it. So it is October, late October, and Matilda, this is going to be the second annual All Hallows Eve celebration. Matilda has heard of this custom in America and wishes to imitate it, and of course, cousin Hildred has come to visit.
Fuck you, Ross.
Cousin Hildred, in fact, this year they're going to outdo it and have a tricks and treats section where a replica American village has been built near the gazebo out on the grounds.
Whoever's not wearing a mask, I shoot them.
Nice. That was a good shot.
And each of the servants will take one of the 6 fake houses, and will have to. You're not entirely sure. This is new. Last year was a costume party, a ball, and several children went missing for almost a week. They were all found eventually out in the moors.
I was like, oh yeah, after 6 weeks, they got around, started talking again.
Yeah, exactly. Very good. So there are many things to do today. This village's sets are not quite done. The decorations have not been fully attended to, and of course the guests, like young Angus, are running around and must be suitably ready. There must be costumes readied, refreshments ready. Everyone is going to be here. There's a lot to do. So the family members are, of course, all buzzing around. Of course, it's quite dreary and cold. It's not raining, fortunately, but we'll just go and sort of around the table and kind of figure out what each of you are doing. As I said, there are a couple of tasks that have to be done before the night. And
you're not sniping the children, are you?
So Farthingsworth,
yes.
What are you doing right now?
Well, it seems that one of the jobs that must be done to keep the children out from underfoot is if we could organize the children while Miss Pupplebottom gets them costumed. So
okay.
I believe that I will ask her if she will work in concert with me. I will keep them entertained by reading from this big book of grim fairy tales for children.
The original German edition.
While you take them one at a time to get their costumes in order.
Well, let me finish brushing out Miss Matilda's hair.
All right.
She can't decide what she wants to dress as. She says sometimes she wants to dress like Mr. Widow's sister, and sometimes, when she only enters to Antoinette, she wants to be a French duchess.
Well, all that is all well and good.
Well, it sounds like you are attempting to direct the staff.
I am.
So go ahead and roll, plus etiquette. That is an 8. What is your etiquette? 2. So that's a 10. You must follow your directive immediately or lose 1 prestige.
All right.
So what is your choice there?
I guess I will go along with, because I'm at 1 prestige, so...
All right. So, Dorothy, you are attending to the children's costumes. And let's see here.
The jokes are... Sorry.
Are you
jokes
just
on Mr. Farthingsworth. I'm going to do it anyways.
Matilda is right now herself. She wishes to be Mr. Widow. What was it?
Mr. Widow's sister.
Mr. Widow's sister.
Talked her down from being Mr. Widow's wife because that was weird.
All right, so she's being Mr. Widow's sister. What does that costume look like?
Well, it took a while to do this up, but we took one of her older black dresses, had it stitched up a bit, and put a little headpiece with 8 red gems.
All right, yeah.
And affixed sort of a red hourglass shape to the back, and a couple of extra little fake spidery arms, Oh, so it's quite darling.
Yes, it is quite darling. And she wants to go out in the garden, and she says, I do wish to go out in the garden and see the jewels sparkle so in the sun. We have a bit of sun right now.
Well, Miss Matilda...
Come along!
Miss Matilda, I do have to assist with some of the other outfits, but do take care. Just make sure... Are you sure you want to go in the garden now?
Are you attempting to...
I'll attempt to,
guide their direction? Or are you just going to let her go and then look at the other children?
I'm going to guide her direction real quick to see.
Because I could see the way it works is right now the 2 moves I could see is everything in its place. You could just simply sit back and try and figure out if everyone else is attending and let her go her merry way. Or you could guide her direction and keep her away from the garden.
I'm going to try to keep away from the garden because that's a costume change.
All right. All right, that's rolling persuasion.
Yep. Yay. So that's a total of 6, 7, 8.
8. All right. Let's see here. So, they say yes. Oh, I suppose, but I must simply have. Oh, Mr. Widow is very hungry. Could you go find some crickets for him?
Crickets?
Yes,
crickets.
Living crickets.
Well, I'll tell you.
I think Reynolds would know where they are.
Really?
Yes, she's very a very studious observer of crickets.
Curious. Well, if you'll just simply have a seat and a little bit of a read, and we'll get these outfits on all the other children, and I will fetch some crickets right away.
All right, so you're going.
That was when Baby Bear said there's someone sleeping in my bed, and the bears devoured Goldilocks.
Oi, what would you say the dialectical materialistic theory of this is? That's Angus, by the way.
Damn it, Angus.
Now the moral of the story is
to overthrow the bourgeoisie. That's what all the fable.
Don't go wandering into the woods, or else you'll be devoured.
No, we have to seize the means of production. Anyways, all right, so that's what you're dealing with. Hobson. Of course, you're with Lord Blackwood.
Yes.
He is in the library right now. He's like, Hobson.
Yes, Lord.
To premise mysterious, the Greek Necronomicon. Don't answer that because you don't know a thing about it. But still, I must know which incantation. Where I have a full moon tonight, it'll be capital. What was I going to say, Hobson?
You were wondering where your chanting monocle has gotten.
Oh, yes, I absolutely need it. It's not here, Hobson?
Well, we left it up in the collection. It's not as good for full light reading. You have.
Oh, yes, it is. It is unnaturally. The sun is fully out today, I thought.
Yes.
It's
quite good for reading,
quite
not so good for chanting.
Yes. Very well. We'll fetch that forthwith and get some tea. That special blend with the secret herbs and spices that I so enjoy. Is the party going to...
for fried chicken?
Is the party preparation, I assume, are well underway? Because I do look at Cousin Hildred's work with quite an eagerness. As a student of architecture, he's applying himself quite well.
Peak Ross Payton. I haven't checked in on it so much myself lately, sir, having been here attending you, but I shall certainly look in on it as I go to fetch your chanting monocle.
Yes. Very, very good. Yes. Get to it.
And then we shall harumph.
All right.
Indeed.
All right, so as you are, you could, of course, be studying this while you're doing this to see if everything's in its place, or you could just focus on the task at hand. What is Hobson thinking these days as the house is going about? Where is the chanting monocle, by the way?
It's in his room.
Oh, okay.
It's in the jewelry case in his room.
Okay.
With the multitude of monocles.
Yeah. All right.
And his sacrificing monocle. And,
Yeah, no. He's got the whole set. Yeah.
He got it on sale.
Yeah.
Actually, as I'm going in that direction, I would like to look in on Cousin Hildred and roll a gentleman's gentleman. That's etiquette, to look in on them and see what he's up to.
Okay. Going on. That's a butler or valet.
That
special?
is a valid move. It's also a valid move. So I get an 8. With a full success, I can ask 3, but that's a partial, so I get 1.
Okay.
What are they planning? What is their current emotional state?
Cousin Hildred is eager and very actually optimistic about tonight. He is sketching things on the walls and on well, he did tack up some paper on the walls to his sketches for the village, and he's talking to a workman who you've never seen before. You're kind of surprised that the workman's here, but they're muttering to each other and talking about the final designs of the village, that the fake village. You can talk to him if you want to, and you can see each of the houses has a unique design. They're different architectural styles. One is distinctly Roman, like a Roman temple. One is Egyptian themed. One it looks actually very close to the front door of this manor. Only the door is red, and so so there's 6 total. So each one seems to be a different experience. So yeah.
Yes, I'll peek. I'm not going to engage them in conversation.
All right.
Presuming there's 6 drawings and they're never, they look at one at once, I'll look at the others.
So yeah, he doesn't seem to be too distraught right now. He's just very focused on having a very full experience for Matilda's party. Well, and for his as a prelude to his vision of the architecture. So you get the sense that this is his first step towards becoming a real and proper architect. If he can design this, then he can design a real building.
I'm a real architect now.
Seems, if you don't mind my saying so.
Yes. Yeah.
It seems an odd combination of influences.
Oh.
I mean, certainly all the most classical ones, but together?
Oh, yes. Are you in charge of assigning which servant goes to which house?
I don't typically take charge of the staff, but Farmingsworth and I have a working relationship.
Oh, good. Well, 6 is the one to be in. 1, they will.
Which one is numbered which?
It's in chronological order. Obviously, the Egyptian one is the first, and this one, which looks like a strange, a bunch of cubes stacked on each other, gray
How
cubes.
Brutal.
Yes. Exactly. That'll be the most wonderful experience. So you get a sense that there will be the Kushi sign will be the last house. All right. So meanwhile, Reynolds,
Yes.
What are you up to right now?
Oh, I'm just trying to make sure that all of the sets are up and painted and in their proper place, and all of the...
so you're outside.
Not outside, not off the manor. It's not, because it's on the manor, isn't it?
The gazebo is part of the manor. The village itself is...
it's not not in the village.
The fake village, yeah.
Yes, I'm in the fake village.
Okay. So yes, there are several workmen working, designing these very fantastic looking houses. They're really more like front doors with some struts to hold them up. And, obviously one person's on one side and you get the sense that the idea is the child's supposed to knock on the door. You're supposed to open it, see their costumes, and then give them treats.
Yes, I want to be lovely.
Yes. You could roll everything in its place, I guess, if you're just sort of observing. That is etiquette.
Okay. So 8, 9.
All right, you can ask one of the questions. for example, is something out of place in this room?
That is a great question that I was going to ask. Is there something out of place here? Something not right?
Yes, unfortunately. And you know this will cause Matilda quite a stir. The papier-mâché sculptures of the Black Widow spiders, which she's very insistent upon, one of them has tumbled off. A gust of wind has blown it off the door. And slightly outside of safety, just down the hill, at the edge of the marsh there, where the... something bubbling up there.
Right on the moors.
Yeah, right on the moor. Yeah, the marsh.
I'm going to call Francis and have him go get that thing.
All right, so you head to the carriage house. Francis, what are you doing? You could be working on the Bentley. You could be taking a nap.
With all the guests first, I volunteered to run into town to fetch whatever extra supplies may be needed, as, Miss Tolliver has been...
Okay, so Miss Tolliver is there...
So yes, I've been fetching food supplies and whatnot.
All right,
serving the house, I believe.
Okay, you don't have to roll right now.
Brimstone and
Miss Tolliver, do you have any unusual requests? You're in the carriage house right now, giving your final list of ingredients and materials to be... that you need.
Everyone have their assignments.
Well, no. You need to give the ingredients to Francis.
What do you need?
No. You need to tell him that. You're the cook. He's going into town to fetch stuff.
All right. The list is fairly straightforward, except for the greatly increased amount of sugar and other such things I will need you to get. I really wish there was a malady that affected people that consume too much sugar. Which seemed a fitting punishment. Anyways...
Something that would make their foot fall off?
That would be delightful. Anyway, this is what I need. Most of it should be fairly straightforward. But I must insist, white sugar only. I cannot stress that enough.
Well, it seems to have been in grand supply with the war being over and whatnot, so should not be a trouble.
As you're finishing up, Reynolds...
Francis! We need you to go and fetch a spider that's fallen into the marsh. Shouldn't be a problem.
I beg your pardon.
This is directing the staff, I assume.
It is.
Which I get something extra when I direct the staff.
All right.
So I get 3 dice?
Yep. And choose the highest 2.
Okay.
You don't get all 3, because then...
Come on! 9 plus
Total?
2 is...
11.
11. It's etiquette, right?
All right. She is referring to the papier-mâché spiders that Matilda is so fond of. And that's so you can ignore that at the cost of a prestige, or a big strappy man like you isn't afraid to step foot in the marsh. Of course, this is going to delay your problems.
I just want you to know that if any of those treats are late... I will leave you to deal with the screaming throngs of spawn.
All right. So, in terms of reactions, you could check everything, just make sure it's in its place before you go. You could.
I'll check everything.
Yeah, you can look around.
Yeah, I'll go out on the grounds.
11.
All right. So, look on your other page of your character sheet. You can see what questions you want to ask. All right, so you're going out on the grounds.
Yes.
All right.
And I get to roll with something extra.
All right.
If I move.
Nice.
That'll be 14.
14. All right.
You know what?
No impediment or cost.
You fetch it, but as you do hear a whisper, which you can safely ignore. It's a whisper. As someone says, "You, help me out."
What do you need?
Oh, thank God you could hear me.
Please tell me you're dead.
I honestly don't know anymore. You must. Whatever you do, the doors, you must not open all 6.
What doors would you be speaking of?
The doors up yonder. The gazebo. It was built on an ancient stone circle, but the stones are still there, buried in the ground. Its powers are natural. The angles were all wrong.
Can I see anything at the gazebo?
That would be requiring venturing farther in. Look, I can't be seen. Come closer and I can tell you more.
Closer.
All right, give me another roll.
It's still on the grounds?
Yeah.
Still on the grounds? Okay. That'll be a 10.
10, all right. You step forward on a log that fortunately holds your weight, and you see a harried-looking man, wild hair, holding a reef of papers, several papers. Yes, I'm. I think my name was Ferdinand. I was an assistant.
You come from the bit.
No. Well, perhaps I was assistant to Hildred, but his plans are all wrong. He knows about the stone circle. That's why he wants it. He's the one who put the idea in Matilda's head. It is doom. Doom! Do not open all 6 doors.
How would I go about preventing those doors from being opened, sir?
Well, they're children, right? They get tired late at night. Make sure that they're simply too tired to continue.
Like, not with the amount of sugar I'll be shoving in there.
That's pretty much exactly what's going through my head at this point.
Like, my God, they'll be full to bursting.
All right.
Of course, if you need further proof, I have the drawings here, but you shouldn't look at them. They give you it's like looking at the edge of a precipice of oblivion. He holds them, sort of uncertain of what to do with them.
I don't believe I'll be taking those from you, sir.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Ferryman. Thank you. He retreats into the mists.
Adagio over strings exists by now. You could hear that. If you could hear that,
I just kind of, my head just kind of hangs. Every moment.
Meanwhile, Hobson, you go to you're at this. By this point, you have gotten to Lord Blackwood's bedroom, and the monocle case is open, and you see wet footprints leading out.
Wet footprints.
Yes.
Code 313, lockdown.
Everything in its place.
You can follow the footprints for free, but yes, you can check it out. It's very dramatic.
7, so I do get the partial success.
Yep.
Who has been in here last?
Well, those are child's feet, and they are slightly malnourished looking feet, very narrow. And
so it can't be the little boy.
It can't be Angus. It could be the other little boy, Erebus.
All right.
And it looks like he's been in the spa, perhaps?
Are the footprints going into the spa or out of the...
Well, you'd have to follow them. I mean, the spa's not adjacent to the bedroom.
All right, I follow the footprints.
All right, so you're following the footprint.
I meant that to be clear.
Okay, yeah. Let's see here. Dorothy.
By this time, I'm supposed we've gotten most of the children dressed.
Yeah? What are their costumes like in general?
Oh, God. Okay, so Erebus would probably get something a little more distinguished because we're trying to...
Oh, he's run off somewhere.
Oh, Erebus is gone. Okay. So, where is that Erebus? And...
Oh, he said he had a mission.
Okay, so what's the exact circumstance of Angus being here?
Oh, no, it's not a mission. It's called a quest, you silly wanker. Don't say that word.
He was brought children.
So, what? We're answering Miss Popplebottom's questions.
Is that a character? What are the exact circumstances of Angus being in his house?
He's there to be Matilda's friend.
Okay.
Oh.
Failing horribly.
Right. Oh, we seized the means of production.
I told you to sit in the corner.
I am. You can't put me in a gulag forever.
Angus,
I'm leaving.
Here, have a nice toffee.
I'm going to leave Angus's outfit to the discretion of Mr. Farthingsworth while I go and ask a fellow about some crickets.
All right. So I forgot. What are they dressed as?
Angus, I'm specifically leaving Farthingsworth. We were going to dress up Erebus as a gentleman, not like an old Baroque aristocrat.
Oh yeah.
What other children were there?
They're miscellaneous children.
Oh, then there's all kinds of strange outfits. A great big yellow robe for this one.
Okay. All right.
That child wears no mask.
Well, I certainly hope not. Not that happy. I mean, seriously.
All right, so you find Reynolds.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Hello, love. How's the costume thing going?
Oh, wonderfully.
Where do you find her, by the way?
Okay.
She was at the carriage house.
I will say, by this point, she is probably.
But by this point, Francis has returned the spider to you, so you can.
I've returned it to the. I guess I'm at the set still.
Yeah, you could.
Okay, so we're at the set.
Yeah.
Okay. Miss Reynolds, Mrs. Reynolds.
Yes.
A tiny trouble. Little Matilda. You know how fond she is of spiders.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Such a lovely hobby. And well, I've managed to keep her from going to the garden, so we don't have to worry about a secondary costume.
Okay.
But she does insist that Mr. Widow is rather hungry and peckish, specifically for crickets. And I thought maybe I've heard you know a bit about. I mean, I thought she just thought about the sport or something. But...
Well, dear, you see, the problem is that the best English crickets are in the garden, right next to that old creepy statue.
Oh, but if she...
What is the creepy statue? What? What does it look like?
It looks like a child, a very small child, but it always has black running from its eyes. It's not wet. It's just black.
It's probably just mold, nothing. No worries.
Exactly. The best English crickets, though, that's where they are.
Okay. I just don't want to send Tilly there because then we'll have to dress her up in a different costume. That would take forever.
I know.
Well, I guess I can use that.
Definitely the garden is definitely the grounds, by the way. That's definitely...
Yeah. Anyway, do you think there's somebody we could possibly send... Who would you recommend to go out on the ground?
By the way, yeah, so Francis, are you going on your errand now? Or
Yes,
are you going
yes.
To, all right.
So Francis drives off.
This is always the best person to send.
All right.
I suppose I could ask Hobson.
I mean, you're welcome to if you can find him.
Because I'm also... Have you seen Erebus around?
Erebus.
Yeah, skinny, whitefish, you know.
Right. Oh.
You can make a roll.
The less piggish one.
Is this a everything in
Am I
place?
making a roll or is he making a roll?
Either of you can, I guess. Yeah, that would probably be. Let's see here. Yeah, that'll probably be everything in its place. That's where the questions.
So both of us or just one of us?
Either one of you. You can also guide the direction of the workmen who are there and try and have them do something for you.
Ooh, I can definitely do that one.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Do you want me to roll and see if I can find Erebus?
I'm gonna guide one of the workmen to go grab crickets because I'm not going near that fucking statue. And
Not since the dog incident last summer.
I'll leave Mrs. Reynolds to find little Erebus, strange little child. Guiding direction.
All right.
So I'm guessing anybody who's working there.
There are multiple workmen there.
Crimp up a little bit.
Building the sets.
Let's see if I botch this. All right. 6, 7. Yeah, made it.
All right, 7. Let's see here.
Hello there. I'm sorry to trouble you with something strange. It's just the little lady of the house. Well, she has a strange hobby, and she would very much enjoy crickets. Now, I was informed by another member of the staff that there's some really amazing crickets to be found in the vicinity of a statue in that hedge maze over there.
The workman looks at you very...
Yes?
Aren't you your Dottie? I have all your records. Could you do me the honor of signing this autograph?
I don't know. I don't know what you mean.
You're in the same area. Where they're having a very hurried conversation. Are you gonna? Let's see here.
So what would the roll be to try and hush the guy up quietly without being noticed?
No, you rolled a 7. That's what. Yeah.
Yeah.
You either they want to know one of your secrets.
So they gain a suspicion about one.
So that will be the suspicion that...
Yeah, you get a suspicion. They're having a...
That's rather suspicious.
It would mean nothing if I signed it. I'm sorry. I know I look like a dotty, but really, I'm just...
you aren't paying our bills then.
What? If I'll look over my shoulder, how close am I being observed?
Oh, she's watching you a little bit.
Lean in a little bit. Don't be a bug about it. I just can't really be direct.
You either sign it or not.
Give him a sly wink.
Yeah, she already has a suspicion.
And tell him to just... We'll talk about it when you bring back the crickets.
All right, they know your secret now.
Yeah.
Dotty's not really that far off from Dorothy, is it?
Anyway, so yeah, you have a suspicion now. Tolliver, what are you up to?
I'm back in the kitchen, getting out what I need. Just like it's a long way to Tipperary.
As you do that, Lady Daffodil comes in.
My lady.
Yes, Mrs. Tolliver. How are you this morning?
Delightful.
Oh, my.
Ross, your posh lady voice is the best.
It's basically George Takei. Well, I just want to know, I appreciate all the hard work you do.
Thank you.
Could you be a dear and rub my shoulders?
Am I?
And 1,000 RPPR splash.
Well,
Slash flicks or fix?
Both.
Yes.
Francis.
well, since Francis is late in getting me the supplies I need, why not?
Are you doing innuendo?
I'm just saying it.
That's
All right.
I'm not
Sure.
all right. Well, actually, as you do that, so you are rubbing her shoulders.
Yes.
All right. As you do that, she grabs one of the butcher knives. Do you know? I've always wondered what happened to the first Lady Blackwood.
Like, I'm sure everything. I'm sure it was perfectly innocent.
It was perfectly innocent. Do you know anything about that?
My domain starts and ends within this room.
All I know is she grabs one of the lamb shanks. Is that if I would not go out a victim, I would go out screaming like a lion in battle. And she starts stabbing it rather violently, ruining your shank, by the way, because she's just.
I was like, she owns it.
Actually, technically, she doesn't.
I'm just like
The Blackwood family does, and she's
just like,
an interloper.
this is Mrs. Blackwood.
Yeah, Lady Blackwood.
This is Lady Blackwood.
Oh, never mind.
I'm just looking at it.
Stab away.
It's like,
Well, are you? Let roll composure. You're trying to ignore the strange. Jeez.
no, I just realized your form is excellent.
Well, roll, ignore the strange.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah?
11.
All right. Yeah, that's exactly how it goes. You may ask a question about the situation as it does unfold.
Like, my lady, do you have suspicions?
Yes. I believe someone means me ill will and physical harm. I am not afraid to say it.
That would be most improper.
It would. Would you, if you could help me find this, I would be very appreciative.
Well, as I said,
Maybe Hildred. He's a shifty-looking fellow, don't you think? All those doors that he's building, untoward.
Well, as you know, architects are a strange sort.
He's not even a real architect. He never went to architect school. He never got a degree in architecting.
I don't know about him. He seems far more ambitious than his ability lets on.
All right, so that's what you're doing.
I call him like, no, not him. Like, I keep my ear out, but like I said, my domain is this room.
Wait, but you're saying that he could be doing it, right?
I'm saying anyone's like who knows who's capable of what.
Okay, yeah, all right. So she keeps that knife after you're done with the back rub. So let's see here. Anyways, let's see who's next.
Like by the end of it, and then I just continue to sing. It's a long way to Tipperary.
Yeah, it goes on. Yeah,
I'm going to be taking young Angus to get his costume.
Okay.
And speech of the bourgeoisie is starting to get a little old. So I've got a way to solve both problems at once. We're going down to the kitchen.
Okay.
Mrs.
Well, first, he doesn't want to go to the kitchen. The kitchen's boring.
Actually, he does want to go to the kitchen because that's where his favorite person in the house resides. That's where Mrs. Tolliver is.
Roll.
That's also where Mrs. Tolliver keeps all of the sweets.
Roll persuasion. You're trying to guide his direction. 6 plus.
Plus my suggestion.
It's 8. All right, so that's a partial success. Let's see here. You says, well, I guess, but only. I want to do a riddle. Close your eyes.
Hand on his shoulder.
Hey, no,
Right.
it's not part of the riddle.
If I close my eyes, you can run away.
I'm not going to run away. Then you can't answer the riddle if I run away.
All right. So let's hear your riddle.
All right. So you're doing this in the hallway. You hear some things shift around, and he says, "All right. What am I thinking about?"
That's not a riddle.
It is. I'm thinking about why you're ugly. Proletarians forever. Let's go to the kitchen. Do you linger behind, or do you follow after him? He starts
Everything
running.
in its place.
All right, roll.
May I borrow an extra die from someone?
Ooh.
I'm the butler. It's what I do.
6 plus.
Normally. 6 plus 2, so that's an 8.
All right.
Is something out of place in this room?
Yep. Let's see here. There are some knickknacks, various artifacts found in, let's see here, the ruins of ancient Rome that were one of the archaeological expeditions by Lord Blackwood, and a tiny statue of, you're not sure which one. There were 3 statues. They're about this high. One of them's missing. There's some sort of robed figure. They all had similar poses, but there's 2 now, not 3.
All right. So we're going to follow young Mr. Angus down to the kitchen.
All right. So you go down to the kitchen. There's Tolliver as Lady Daffodil comes in and looks brandishing a knife, gripping it tightly in her hand, and she looks Farthingsworth.
Madam?
I want you to be on the lookout for any antics by Hildred. Go find out what he is up to right now, and make sure that he's not. Is he plotting anything against me?
I highly doubt he would, madam, but if there were any sort of nefarious plot, don't worry.
All right.
I live to serve.
Yes, serve me by finding out what Hildred is up to, what his real secret is.
Yes, madam. And in the meantime, I do believe
Anyways,
that...
I must go. She walks out.
I see that. Oh, good, you've brought one of them here.
Hey, hi.
I need you to give this young man as much candy as can possibly fit in his mouth.
Impossible.
All right. So you two are...
Oh, no. This is a very good young man. A very stout young man. Pat down first.
Wasn't he the one spouting that Lenin nonsense?
Hey, he's a speaker of the people. You should join up with that.
Just imagine.
Power of the people.
The stickiest trick.
Collectivism.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Which risk of the boy?
yeah. Actually, well, you can't really do that. Well, I guess. What are you rolling for that?
I believe confirmed suspicions. That boy stole a statue.
All right, go and roll. Don't fuck this up.
He didn't.
He does. So you can ask them. All right. So, he says, "Well, that's the second riddle. Where did I hide it?" Ha! He runs.
Like, oh, good.
Matilda likes me. You can't do nothing.
I just watch him go, oh good, he's not here anymore.
He grabs a sack of something. What does he grab on his way out?
Sack of potatoes.
All right.
Turnips.
Turnips. All right.
Your prize turnip that's shaped just like a thingy.
Anyways.
We'll want to recover that sack later. Once he realizes what he's stolen. Can we do anything else to him?
Anyways, let's see
Back,
here.
then he's not going to have his costume.
Hobson.
Poor boy.
Yes. Means he won't
Making my
be
way
able
down
to
spa,
trick or treat.
walking fast, following.
All right, so you head to the spa, I assume, right? It is actually steaming. You can see it is in use right now. I assume you open the door to look in, or do you call out?
Hello!
Get a ball!
I'm gonna get naked and take a shower.
You call in and you hear. That's Erebus.
Oh, right. Really should have figured.
He comes out in a towel and nothing else, holding the monocle. You're just sort of like,
Oh, did you fancy yourself fancy?
oh, okay. He points in there.
Is there something you want me to see in the spa?
Oh, yes,
Like, is your mouth somehow restrained?
All right.
all right. Roll composure.
Go back faster.
Do.
That's an 11.
All right. As you go in there, the steam just instantly vaporizes and leaving just a frigid air. But there is a message etched in nothingness on the window that says, "Doom shall come from the 6th door."
Yeah, fuck that. No,
Yeah, basically.
I am beginning to doubt what Mr. Hildred told me.
So
He may have inverted the order of things.
you get the monocle from Hildred. Not Hildred.
Erebus.
Erebus, yeah. So,
Thank you, young master.
all right, so you do that. What are you going to do next? Return to
I'm
Blackwood.
going to return that
All
to
right.
Lord Blackwood.
So you head to Blackwood. So meanwhile, Reynolds, you saw some suspicion talk and some sort of signature being signed.
I'm guessing I got the crickets. So
Yeah, they get the crickets. Well, 3 of them go in, 2 of them. Well, 3 come back, but one is. Well, the third one's being dragged out.
okay.
They slap him. They slap him around a few times and give him something to drink, and he comes to and just. But they give you a sack full of crickets. What are you doing, Reynolds?
I think I'm supposed to be looking for Erebus now.
All right, so you go in there. You go that as you see him coming out of the spa shortly. You see.
Oh, there you are.
He just wanted to play dress up.
Well, it's
I
the time.
Dressed
The very season
down.
for
He
it.
had a monocle and a towel. It was a very strange costume. But
I don't think
I
that's
suppose
the
he
right
saw a lot.
costume.
Yeah.
He starts walking away from you. He seems to be walking towards in the hall with the suit of armor and the other
Right.
and the blades on the wall.
Well, how's about you children, me clothing? That's how it works. I'll see you
All
later.
right, see you. Okay, so come now, love, and I guide him away from those.
Guide him?
Wherever the
That
peeps
is-
are at.
guiding his direction. I believe that is etiquette, or no, that's persuasion.
Well, it could also be not in the ballroom, which is one of my pointless moves.
Okay.
Which is when a family member is having a trouble, roll etiquette.
All right, I'll say that
Is
this
that
counts.
fair?
Yeah.
Okay. Not there, love. Not in the hallway.
Yeah, he seems to be tempting fate. He's walking around soaked to the bone.
So
Nice
8,
frigid.
9, 10
Right.
with etiquette.
All right.
Full
Game
success,
1.
right?
Game 1 prestige, by the way. If you
Oh.
remember, anybody who rolled a 10 or better on your guide to direction, don't forget that game plus 1 prestige.
Oh, I've done that before
Yeah.
then.
I did one.
He sort of like, so yeah, he's kind of murmuring. He seems a little more animated than he is usually.
Supposedly he's going to cease having his trouble.
Yeah, he's following direction. He's not. His
Let's
trouble.
go get your costume.
Yeah, he's getting a costume. What is his costume again, by the way?
His costume is he's just wrapped up a lot in yes, in rags and things, and he looks like a mummy.
Oh yeah, that's right. They actually took the rags from a mummy.
Probably.
No, definitely.
See that.
Yeah, you didn't see it. There was a mummy in the drawing room, and now there's not.
There's no mummy anymore.
Yeah, and those look exactly like those wrappings.
They're very into strange things in this house.
All right, so you're getting him dressed, and he's just excitedly murmuring to you. He's more animated than he's been in a long time.
Yes, this is exciting.
He keeps making this kind of gesture.
Yes, 6 is a lovely number.
All right, so you're doing that. Francis, you doing anything while you're in town? Or just getting the supplies and coming back? I don't know if there are some special chauffeur moves.
You don't
have any traumas yet. Everyone's been very cooperative so far. Rolling quite well.
Okay. None of these I feel like are really relevant to the game we're playing. So
Okay.
yeah, I didn't do that.
I mean, asking the townsfolk, you could do that, but
Right, but it's all like the questions for that specifically are all
Yeah.
about players, so like any advantages on them, which right now we've been fairly cooperative. So
yeah,
like,
that's right.
Somebody's got to throw the first punch.
Yeah.
Why does it always have to be me?
Well, technically speaking, we've already been picking up secrets off each other.
I mean, true.
A little bit.
No, I've got one on you. You don't have anything
I have a
on
suspicion
me.
on you.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
The crickets.
Uh-huh.
Just because that is an official, is it?
It's a suspicion. Yeah.
No, I didn't realize there was an official suspicion.
We both
Sorry.
have suspicions.
Because remember,
thought that was-
Matilda gave him that suspicion.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
we're already...
I missed that
Yeah.
transfer.
We're already, it's already happened.
So, all right, yeah, you get the spice.
So yeah,
Head back.
So would that be a serve the house?
You don't have to roll for that. There's nothing really. Actually, no. Let's roll anyway because
I mean, it gains a prestige. So
Yeah.
That's
if you make it, yeah.
Yeah, if I make it. Which I do. That's an 11.
All right.
Yeah, roll with something.
You drive
the
through.
rest of the scene and and 1 prestige. So I don't know how long the scene's gonna last, but could help.
You basically get all the supplies, carry them. You get everything on the list exactly as you need to. Nothing is broken. You pack it correctly in the Bentley, and you drive with great speed. So Mrs. Tolliver has time in order to prepare everything. So you're doing quite well. You're quite happy with your performance.
I guess I'd want to talk to Miss Tolliver a little bit.
She is presently cooking.
Yes.
Probably going to fetch her tenders.
Let's see here. But as you get back, Abstinence is near the carriage house. Yes. She says, "Oh, Mr. Frank, yes. How are you this pleasant day? You look so strapping carrying all those heavy packages."
Well, madam, the sun is shining.
It is.
Flares.
Oh, wow, that sounds very exciting. Tell me about it. It must have been a happy time. Flares, that sounds... Oh, I love flares at a party. Firing them at the peasants.
It's the stormtroopers. So...
Stormtroopers?
Yes.
So is that a German word for a servant?
No, madam. Unless you mean a servant of the devil.
Oh my, costume party.
Great.
Let me feel your arms. Oh, look how strong they are. Then, she's flirting with you. How do you react?
Is she?
Yeah.
Human contact, no!
While you're carrying all these heavy packages in,
Mostly I'm being my downer, awkward self, I
We're
guess.
which seems to be working wonders on her right
She
now.
needs to be taken across the river Styx.
That wouldn't be ignoring the strange, because that's not strange. She's behaving exactly like she would.
But it is ignore the strange.
You could guide her direction.
Yeah, I could guide her direction.
Let's roll in persuasion.
Okay.
I got more skilled up.
Well, yeah. I mean, nobody can do everything well.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, I'm going to try... Because it's the same scene, right? So I do still get my roll.
Yep.
All right, something extra. Yeah, I'm going to try and pawn her off on
Oh, yeah, you can cheat.
groundskeeper Willis, as he's out there. And yeah, what a...
Better him than me.
Do you like racing pamphlets?
Well, that's a 9, so...
All right.
That'll get me something.
All right, yes.
Yeah, so she'll...
I get to choose one.
Yep.
She says, "Oh, please tell me what it was like in the war. Tell me. You seem like you have a very." She just wants to hear more. She wants to hear. I've heard rumors that you have a very. You served a very elite purpose. They were transporting the men somewhere.
Across the river. Damnation.
Damnation.
I carried them
Are you?
across the river.
Are you truly the mythic figure? Geralt, the ferryman of the dead?
The parish doesn't want me to talk about it now. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I'll keep mum's the word. But I feel so much better knowing you wouldn't take me across the river, would you?
I take everyone at the same time, madam.
Oh my.
I take
I don't want to.
Oh, don't worry. There'll be plenty to carry tonight. All right, yeah. Roll ignore the strange. Roll composure.
All right, that'll put me at a 10.
All right. Yeah. You can ask a question.
Madam, what precisely do you mean by that?
Oh, talk to Hildred. He has such interesting ideas.
Ideas about what, madam?
I shall go see Groundskeeper Willis. She down.
Why is it always me?
At this point, it's time for lunch, so all the servants can get together and have a nice lunch together in the servants' dining room. So at this point, you can all get together and talk if you all want to share information.
This would have more turnips in it, but a small spawn ran off with him.
Oh, I hope you weren't hoping to get that sack back. I decided that was Angus's costume now. Little wanker.
I'm the worker. I'm wearing a rag because the barons won't pay me enough. Strike!
Future lumpen proletariat.
I'm a lumpen proletariat.
Are you certain that counts as a real costume? Because if the boy does not have a proper costume, he cannot trick or treat.
Well, I would say it is a form of fancy dress, yes.
All right, you guys
Fancy
can share any thoughts if you guys want to plan anything about tonight's festivities, or you can continue backstabbing or innuendoing.
Tonight, everything will be delightfully sweet.
Because you're making candy?
Yes. What
right,
did
then.
you think I meant?
I don't know. The way in which you said it was...
How did I
Suggestive.
say it exactly?
You were there, you heard it. I feel like you probably know how you said it even better than I did. I don't know, it was a simple mistake.
So the young mistress has her spider costume, I'm certain.
Yes, and I'm just going to ask, if anybody sees her approaching the garden, please don't let her go. We're going to have to give her a change of costume if that happens. And it was a pain to put that thing on to start with.
Has anyone seen to young Master Erebus yet?
Yes, he's all dressed up like a mummy. He's fine.
Now, do you mean Mummy Sarcophagus or Mummy and Daddy?
The first one.
Yes, you know. Like used to be in the drawing room.
Oh, I'm sure that boy would make a lovely withered corpse.
He does, yeah.
Like, fantastic.
He does seem to keep trying.
All right.
I peeked on Mr. Hildred's drawings earlier, what they're making with the sets out there and everything.
Like, oh yes, there has to be a change for dinner tonight. Someone messed up the lamb shank. I can't make the osso buco for tonight. I'll find some. I have a
Perhaps mutton hash.
Well, if you want to be played that way, sure.
All right.
I'm going to try direct the staff on Miss Tolliver.
Yeah.
I'm trying to persuade her not to overload the sugar with candy. Perhaps there's some trick, madam, that you know how
All right.
to get the sweetness without the need.
All right, this is a new scene. The launch is a new scene, so you're not rolling something extra. But yeah, you can do that. Roll plus etiquette.
Yeah. That's 9. So
It's a 9. All right, so they must follow your directive or lose 1 prestige, but they get to select one of the following. So Tom, if you want to look at direct the staff on the other page of your character sheet, you get to choose one of the following. They can, for example, automatically succeed on their next attempt to direct the staff against you. You can make him lose 1 prestige. You gain 1 prestige, or they gain a suspicion about one of your secrets. So he's telling you to put less candy or less sugar in the candy for tonight, which is obviously not going to make Matilda happy, and possibly have blowback from the parents as well, because obviously
Make it with more sherry and less sugar. Don't cook the sherry out.
well, yeah, exactly.
booze it up.
Yeah, booze it up. So what are the 4 of those things you're going to check?
I'll gain a prestige.
All right, you gain a prestige. Yes. All right. So
You know, that is a capital idea. If we were to booze up the candy a bit, that would make the children fall asleep much faster.
And I can use...
And it would bring an end to the evening festivities that much quicker.
And
And it would make all the adults very happy.
But I can't say I approve of that with Matilda. And I don't think it would have much of an effect on that Angus fellow.
I can also-
He's got more blood to thin out there, you know.
I can also use molasses.
well, someone's going to have to go into the wine cellar and get the sherry. And that's going to be basically the grounds. It's not a nice place.
Well, you had such a brilliant idea. Would you go get me the cooking?
But it's locked. Only
Only
the butler has the keys for it.
Don't worry, I will be more than happy to unlock the wine cellar.
Well, all right, so you're just going to wait up there for him? You can't leave it unlocked, and you can't give him the key. So you can go with him or wait for him at the top of the stairs.
I can definitely go with and wait at the top of the stairs. My knees aren't what they used to be.
Okay.
Are your knees even intact anymore? No.
So, did you say this was outside the grounds going into the cellar?
Well, you get there. Well, you get to the door. You unlock it, and you go down. The lights flicker on. You know, small little pinpoints of light against the vast. It's a very large wine cellar, much larger than you thought. It's almost like a warehouse or a bunker back there.
As labyrinthian as that is, I probably ought to accompany him.
Yeah, you might get lost.
Don't worry, I know the way.
It's like, we lost the last sommelier. Like, are we quit? No, we lost him somewhere in the wine cellar. Sometimes at night,
One
I think
day
I
we'll
hear
find him.
It's most distressing.
At least part of him.
So let's see here. Lunch is concluded. These two go off to the wine cellar to get the sherry. You're cooking. Let's see here. Who else had something? Oh, yeah, you return to Lord Blackwood with the monocle. He says, capital, very good. Let's see, as we are prepared, I think, who among you do you think is the most expendable? Just a hypothetical.
Sir, I'm afraid I don't.
You know, in a Titanic sort of women and children, you know, the lifeboats aren't so big. Think of it in that sense. It's entirely a theoretical question.
Well, you say the Titanic. If I were considering escaping, considering the welfare of the group, I can't help but notice how Farthington has become slower and slower of late.
Oh, yes.
Good thing.
All right, so roll innuendo.
Shots fired.
His name is Farthington.
Let's see here.
I don't have a secret on
Yeah,
it.
you're just rolling at 0.
Okay.
You're planning the secret.
Yeah, that's
they don't
8.
they don't have. Partial success, choose one. Roll something extra against them the next scene. They lose 1 prestige. You cause 1 trauma. Or you gain 1 prestige. Which one do you want?
So wait.
With full success, they are knocked down a peg, and you choose 2. So,
I guess I could just
Partial
read the
success,
damn
you
thing.
choose one.
I'll gain 1 prestige.
all right. So you planted a false secret that his Farnsworth.
I mean, it's not really false.
Oh, Gamers had advice.
drawing his attention.
Yeah. Well, it's not his listed secret, and he needs. Basically, you're saying he has traumas that he doesn't have. So yeah, so you do that.
Although,
he takes. Yeah.
Sir, I do think, befitting his station and the time with the house, he should take part in this evening's festivities.
Oh, of course.
I believe
Yes,
he
I
should
was.
probably be in the last house.
Yes. Do you have that list from him of the order which servant will be at which of the 6 houses?
I believe he was deferring to you, sir.
Oh, he's deferring to me. Well, of course he. But that's the whole point was to subcontract it back to him. But I understand his senility probably. He is unable to. So.
I'm
suppose it's.
I'm sorry. I thought you meant from Mr. Hildred.
Oh.
From Farthington? Yes, I have the list right here.
Okay. All right.
Who is this Farthington of whom you speak?
Farthingsworth.
Farthingsworth, sorry. Farthington. Well, the lords get it.
Marsha.
So yeah, roll serve the house to see if you actually came up with that ahead of time.
All right. It's modified by fortitude.
Yep.
Oh boy.
You have to be prepared for all eventualities. 5. So that's a failure. So you don't have the list. You don't have it.
I must have misplaced it. But he spoke of it to me earlier. Give me just a second, sir.
You fool! You imbecile! I should. Wasting my time, sir. Get the verm is mysterious and turn to page 52. Yes, that page.
I do that. Yes,
All
yes,
right.
sir. Very good, sir.
All right, so you don't remember what happens next. You wake up, you black out for a moment, and then you're outside of it. You have a vague sense that you need to go and get tea. But your head rings so, and your ears are ringing. So you have 1 trauma for a blank spot, in your memory. So you fail a roll. I get to use a move on you. So, anyways. Let's see here. Who is doing what?
And Farthingworth are in the...
Yeah, the seller. Reynolds, what are you doing right now? You found Matilda. And you got the cricket steward, right?
No, I was getting.
No.
Oh, yeah, sorry, that's you, yeah. So you find Matilda.
Okay.
She's dressed up as Mr. Widow's sister, and she's very happy that she has the spiders.
I'm glad you got the crickets, and they're so great. So you're not going to the attic with them, are you? I mean,
Well, of course.
well, dearie, you're not going to be locked in there because I don't want you to miss out on tonight's festivities.
Oh, haven't you heard? It's ever so wonderful. Mr. Widow solved that problem. I can't be locked in the attic anymore.
Really?
Yes, do you want me to show you?
Is this like the other passage you showed me?
It's better.
But I suppose it's best to find out.
Oh, yes, it's ever so much. And fetch Erebus first.
Really?
Yes, he should test it first.
Test it? But I thought you knew for sure.
Oh, no, he should test it. Mr. Widow's very insistent on this.
Okay, well, I'll return forthwith with Erebus.
All right, so you have to find Erebus.
He's already wrapped up.
Well, he scampered away somewhere.
Yeah.
So roll, I guess, serve the house to find him.
All right.
Or you could look around by doing everything in its place. You could ask someone else to do it for you.
I'm going to try to do everything in its place then,
All right.
in this case. Oh, and still fail.
Nope. You have no idea.
No idea. I probably would wander off somewhere random.
As you do wander off somewhere random. You run into Hildred. He is looking. He's sort of wandering the hallways, looking at a book. He slams into you. You fall down, and he gets up and just is very angry at you. What's your prestige at right now?
1! Because I haven't had a fucking opportunity.
Yeah.
Who's Hildred?
Hildred is the cousin who's building the houses, the sets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's the Emperor of America.
Let's see here. He all the papers go flying around. He's like, my papers. Ah! He's very frantic about it. What are you going to do?
I will apologize profusely, and I'm sorry, and try to help him gather his papers.
All right, serve the family.
Yep. Oh, fuck. It's a total of 4, by the way.
All right. You try and reach for one of the papers, and you sort of fall over, and it's looking like the paper. You reach at it, and you can see it, but you can't touch it. It seems to be further away than you can actually reach out to. You keep stretching your arm out, and you haven't reached the end. Like, you can't even touch the end of the hallway. It's just farther and farther and farther away.
I keep apologizing, and I'm going to attempt to ignore the strange and continue to...
Oh, no, you already take 1 trauma. If you want to leave...
Trauma?
Yeah, you take 1 trauma. From a headache.
No! I'm going to try to avoid this trauma.
Okay.
With my special skill. Helpless victim. Oh, God, where's my arm? I actually made it. Yeah, that's a total of 9. So, basically, when you're about to receive trauma or lose prestige, start crying uncontrollably. Roll plus persuasion. With a full success, it's redirected to another member or staff. With a partial success, it's negated.
All right, it's negated.
I weep uncontrollably at the sheer horror, but it's soon forgotten.
All right.
I'm sorry.
So yeah, Hildred basically gathers the rest of the papers and kind of just ignores you. It's just pretending you're
Again,
not there.
does this warrant an ignore the strange to move on, or
no?
Okay.
No, you used your move. So
right. Making sure. So I continue looking for Erebus.
All right. Meanwhile, Reynolds, what were you doing again?
I guess I was cleaning up from lunch. I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't have anything.
All right, sorry. There's a lot of plot points going on. Right now.
It's true.
We're juggling a lot of things.
I am juggling a lot of. So, as you're looking in there, you have that secret you could look into. You also
Both had secrets.
Like his
Possibly.
suspicion?
Yeah.
Suspicion?
What? Yeah, you could be. What room do you think you would be in right now? What kind of duties would you be performing as housekeeper right now?
I think I'm probably just trying to make sure that everything's ready for the...
Okay. Well, there's the decorations. There's also the before you get into the village, there is the ballroom is going to have, holding, so you could set up the decorations there.
Yes. That's what I'm...
All right. What's the theme?
The staff.
What do the decorations look like?
Well, of course, there's always spiders.
Spiders. A lot of spiders.
Just in general, there's lots of black. As you know, the lady, she very much prefers black. So, black drapes, black...
Tablecloths.
Yes, tablecloths, black place setting. Well, obviously the silverware silver, but napkins and silverware. Not silverware, but
Flatware?
no, dishes.
Dishes, right?
And yeah. Okay, sorry. And black. They've made cutouts of coffins, and they've put them up around the room.
Of what?
Coffins.
Oh, coffins, yeah,
The
yeah.
outside of coffins, not actual coffins.
All right, so that's good.
in.
As you're working on this, directing some of the other scullery maids to help you out, Reverend Tuckett comes in and looks at the coffins, kind of. Do you know how many funerals and processions I've had to attend to as a preacher, as a man of the word?
You mean just here in the manor, or like everywhere?
Oh,
A
God.
lot of people tend to die in the manor. I have
Yes.
noticed.
That's true. Do you think this place is cursed?
I don't know. I've never had a thought about it. Maybe.
Yeah, there were those that prophecy written in blood on the walls.
Where would one write a prophecy written in blood?
On the walls.
But where on the walls? I mean, what room?
Oh, the one with the suit of armor, the Hall of Arms.
Oh, but he is cursed, yes.
Yes.
Yes, he absolutely is. Have you heard Francis talking about him?
Oh, tell me what Francis told me about him. I think I should. Do you think I should go there and listen to it?
Do you want to talk to a coat of arms? Because if you do, it's a great place.
Okay. So he's just being there feeling all kinds of
How
existential
old
dread.
is he?
He's actually kind of 30s or 40s. He's not that
Okay.
old. He's just suffering some, existential angst.
Ennui?
Yeah, ennui.
Well, he came to the right house.
Existential. More like, what am I doing? Is anything
What is
matter?
life?
That's too continental a feeling for a good British man.
Yeah. Well, he after the war, blah blah blah. What do you think what do you want to do? He is kind of making a nuisance of
What
himself.
is his purpose?
Yeah, that's actually a good question. You're not really sure.
Is that everything in its place?
You could roll that. Yeah.
is that what that is?
Yeah.
All right. Which everything in its place? Etiquette. So 7.
7. All right, you get a question.
It's not a fail.
I failed. You get one question.
From the list.
Let's see here. What was the list again?
I mean, the list isn't really. It's about rooms, and I'm trying to figure out like.
Let's see here. Yeah, I would allow that
Well,
too.
wouldn't this one be guide their direction? Because isn't he a non-staff person?
Yeah, you guide the direction to get him
Okay,
to
well,
answer
if
your
it's
question.
a guy, if it's that, then I failed it.
Well,
I
7
got a
still
6.
succeeds.
No, I got a 6 because that's persuasion,
All right.
correct?
That's
a fail.
Yeah, that is a fail. So, you realize you could get him.
Question.
What?
What is your purpose here? I don't
You could get him to.
I mean, that's what I was trying to do with everything in its place. I was trying to figure out like what is it? Why?
You realize
he
he is going to the Hall of Arms, where the suit of armor
Oh,
is.
God.
To talk to it, since you've reminded it of that. But if you want to get more information out of him, you're going to have to follow him and ignore your duties.
Oh no, that's
totally
speaking with his staff. Never
I
mind.
was totally getting middle office vibe there.
So,
I think the house
so it's a
is
failure.
first.
So you still can do it, but it's a hard choice. Do you want to abandon your job, setting up the decorations, finishing that, or do you want to? So yeah, if you abandon your job, you can go and find out. But he's wandering away.
I think I'm just gonna let him wander away.
All right, he wanders away.
Yeah, dude, I totally love that. Like, I think the house is cursed. Like, the house is not cursed. Well, the suit of armor. Oh, the suit of armor. Yeah, that's
Absolutely,
cursed.
it's not the house
All right.
though. It's very different.
Erebus wanders in.
Hello, love.
He points to the
Did you
top.
want something?
Did someone take your voice?
He points to the coffins and that.
Yeah. And then he kind of like sees there's a workman up on a ladder, and he just starts kicking at it.
No, Erebus.
He kicks at it
not
harder.
in the ballroom.
It's like, it's okay. It's like, I've got this.
The workman's just like what the hell is going on?
This is, I guess, again, a not in the ballroom situation in
Yeah.
which I
Literally.
try to prevent this boy from causing trouble in the ballroom.
Yep.
So 6, 7, 8, 9.
All right. What happens on that?
Partial success. I assume that's what that is.
Yep.
Leaves the room, but still in the throes of their trouble, but at least not harming anyone within the household.
All right. He is heading towards the Hall of Arms as well.
That should be fine.
So you wander into the room as you hear someone kicking at a ladder.
Okay.
That sounds like Erebus.
Yeah.
Very distinctive noise.
So yeah, you see Reynolds chasing him away.
Don't chase. I need to collect him.
Well, go after him then.
He's heading towards the Hall of Arms. Pitter patter, pitter patter.
I'm following.
All right. So you head in there. So meanwhile, back in the cellar, the two of you are in there. It is
I told
vast.
you, Francis, to get to the sherry, it's a left turn, then a left, then a right, then a right, then a left, then a right. One more right, one more left, and we're at the sherry.
No, more lefter.
I know this place like the back of my hand.
Indeed, sir.
What's that?
Where did that mole come from?
Has that liver spot always been there?
As you're walking,
dead?
you realize you're basically, this part of the cellar is underneath the grand hall where that man died a while because the chandelier fell on him. What was the name of that guest again? Wasn't he an ambassador from a foreign country who had come to pay Lord Blackwood a visit? Very
Stupid.
Stupid. Yeah. Count von Stupid?
That was him.
That was him.
On bastard.
Take him across the...
You think you see him shadowed in silhouette in the distance. He's pointing directly at Farthingsworth. Let's see. Yeah.
Well, it was.
Yes.
You see that?
Roll composure.
Both of us good.
He is.
He is.
7.
7, so that's ignoring the strange.
That appears to be Count von Stuppings.
I thought I ended. I mean, he blurted out.
I was rather certain he died.
So certain. So you get a suspicion.
Okay. Fine.
But you get to ask a question about the current situation. You could ask, where's the sherry? Or you could ask, why is von Stuppen looking?
Actually, I think I am going to ask that question. Why is von Stupping looking at me?
You kind of think about it, and you realize he's pointing at you, but he has a grin on his face, as though you'll be joining me soon.
Tonight.
A portent of doom. Oh, and there's the sherry.
Just actually walk right up to where the ghost is.
He disappears.
Just kind of just brush past and just...
Oh no! After you look at him for a second, you take a stab and he just flickers out of your sight.
Ah, yes. Okay, so we're going to need 1, 2 bottles for the candy. 1, 2 bottles for the family. 1 bottle for the staff. And 1, 2, 3 bottles for the Reverend.
I'm trying to kill him too.
So it's a full cat. It's a very large crate.
Yeah, no. I'm
All right. So you need to serve the household. That's
kinda.
fortitude.
We should have brought a bus.
A trolley.
Oh yeah, 12. We're good.
All right. Yeah. I think you gained.
That's that's a prestige and something extra for the rest of the scene. That sounds like we're about.
All right. No, because as you're going down, as you're walking back, you see abstinence.
Bloody hell!
Oh, Francis, you look so dashing carrying that. Look, your arm muscles are just wriggling so.
Her voice like...
Farthingsworth, can you leave us for a moment?
My apologies, madam. But I do need to borrow Francis for just a few more moments. The sherry cannot wait.
All right, guide their direction.
Kiss you bastard.
I can't remember if that's a 1 or a 6. I think that's a 1, so that's a 7. Yeah.
9.
All right.
Smoke bomb.
Oops, darter neck.
Let's see here. You lose 1 prestige. She's very angry. She's fine. She storms off.
What the bitch?
Anyway.
Can't
but
Stephen speaks up.
so you managed to carry it back to this kitchen.
All right, so we get the sherry to the kitchen to Miss Tolliver.
All right. Let's see here. So Hobson, what were you doing last time?
Go check in on Master Hildred for Lady Daffodil.
Hobson, what were you up to? Bill?
I had been vexed by the Count. Hexed.
Oh, yeah, that's
Not
right.
the Count. Lord Blackwood.
Yes, Lord Blackwood.
So
he set you on some task, right? I think to get tea. Yeah.
Yes.
So you're getting tea. You see their good Reverend Tuckett heading to the Hall of Arms, followed by Erebus, followed by Reynolds.
And
Dorothy.
No,
Oh yeah. Sorry, it's Dorothy, not Reynolds. Yeah. So you see three heading all to the Hall of Arms. You could intercede if you want, or stay.
Erebus, come back.
Yeah.
You're needed.
Like got that under
You're needed for science. Come on, we need you for science.
I am going to, though, grab a piece of paper and pen and scribe out a list of who should be in what house.
Okay. All right, you do that. Who's going to be in the first house? Who's going to be in the last? Or you can just give me a note and write down who you want for what. So there will be notes in this.
Kill him!
Sorry.
Francis, would you run him over?
So, Dorothy, you get to the Hall of Arms.
Here's five.
Reverend Tuckett is already there. He's got his ear to the helmet of the suit of armor.
Have I caught Erebus yet?
Erebus is making a beeline for the Claymore, the razor sharp Claymore.
I'm gonna grab
on
Erebus.
the wall. All right, that's serving the house.
Damn it! All right, different dice.
Yep. You said grab him, not ask
I
him.
know. At this point, it's
All right, is that a failure?
that is a fail.
All right. Do you have any traumas yet?
Nope.
All right. So he is quite fast and slippery as you try to grab onto him.
frog.
Oh, and he's also wrapped up in those really slick linens, and if you get a good grip on those, you might take him right off.
There's a bit of an altercation as he runs away from your grasp, and as you're reaching towards him, a bohemian ear spoon falls out of its
Again?
mount and conks you on the head, just the hilt of it. Helpless victim. This will be 2 traumas.
Oh,
Guess what? I don't get hit. I'm redirecting it.
Okay, where are you redirecting it?
The Reverend.
Okay, you can. It hits him on the head. It was. It's not. Nothing is real.
The universe is poison.
I must talk to Hildred. He's so smart.
At this point, still trying to gather up Erebus and
You get him.
take him up to.
You did notice, actually, by the way, that he did grab onto the blade of the claymore. Looked like he had a tight grip on it, but his hand is uncut.
Must be the bandages. Am I ignoring the strange or?
That's ignoring the strange. Yeah.
9. So distracted. So just not. I didn't fail, so I can't use that one. All right. Okay, no, just.
You can ask a question, but you are distracted.
Has he been unharmed by things before?
Actually, yeah. You remember that other time, that hunting rifle that was loaded for some reason, he stuck his face right in it, and it blew his hair back, but he was otherwise unharmed. Huh. And that time he fell off the fell off the 3rd floor.
He must be terribly lucky. Maybe this passageway is a little bit slippery, and that's why Matilda wants him to test it.
It's like those American cartoons I saw it before the newsreels.
Yeah, all right.
I like to sing it.
So back in the kitchen, the 3 of you are there. You just delivered the sherry.
Good. Quiet children tonight. I shall get to work preparing the comestibles.
And one for the doctor.
And one for the doctor.
Let's see here. You need to get tea from her, actually, Hobson.
Okay.
But it looks like she's dedicated on making candy and using all the ovens and stoves for that. A lot of sherry in that is getting poured into these candy batches as well.
It's good for the digestion.
But do you want to keep Lord Blackwood waiting for his tea?
Mrs. Tolliver.
Yes.
Lord Blackwood's tea.
What of it?
It's that time. I mean, unless you would like to attend one of his private readings.
I have an entire household full of
Roll
tiny
etiquette.
Yep.
that I have to prepare candy for.
Oh, wow.
13.
All right. You can choose to follow it or lose 1 prestige.
here is the tea.
Just a moment of your time for the tea. He's quite involved. He doesn't require anything too sophisticated.
It's just the special blend of herbs and spices that we like.
Of course, why should I have to prepare for a bunch of children in a party the master did? But no, let's make sure he gets his daily dose of whatever the hell this is.
All right.
I don't know what his 7 herbs and spices are for, but I just put them in there.
Okay, yeah, of course. Yours is to do, not to ask. So you get your tea.
Bring away.
You get your tea. You two, are you doing anything as you're watching this unfold?
Well, I'm decanting a bottle of sherry
Okay.
because I know that 2 things. One, I need to look into Cousin Hildred for Lady Daffodil, and that Reverend Tuckett usually calls for his afternoon drink about this time, and it does to anticipate the rain.
You mean his afternoon binge?
Okay. So you grab the sherry and you head out. Francis, what about you? You hear abstinence sighing loudly somewhere out. She
quickly duck out through a servant's interest, but as I'm going, I
By the
call
way,
back to...
I fucking love that. It's like, I'm Karen or the Dead. Oh, shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mr. Francis.
I call back to...
Actually, as you do that, you see Angus looking from the corner. He's waving at you.
Damn it. So,
hey, can I go across the river too?
I turn back to Farthersworth and Farthersworth, you do be careful around that Hildred. He's there's something not there.
Don't worry, I've seen his sort before.
Indeed.
They've all met their ends at various times.
All right.
It's like sunken bells are tolling for thee.
Okay, so Angus, so I turn to the boy and...
He pushes a wall and a door opens up. Come on, you can help me.
I'll see you, Governor. Where'd you find that?
You want to get away from abstinence, right?
It's like, let's go.
I go right after.
Yes, power to the people. You're a working man.
Until you fight their wars, you know nothing.
But there won't be war. There will only be revolution. And revolutions are fueled by. So you're heading out.
Yeah.
Through the secret passage.
Sorry, kiddo. No such thing as a bloodless revolution.
So
there was once all stranglings.
The black and blue revolution.
Here. Mrs. Tolliver, roll serve the house. Roll plus fortitude. Because you have to crank it up now.
6.
6. All right, that's a failure. You have a hard decision.
Can I spend prestige after the fact?
I believe so. Let me look it up. Spending prestige.
Prestige can be added to a roll in order to improve its results.
Yeah,
I'll do that.
Like after.
What will that leave your prestige at?
1.
All right. That means you get a 7.
Mm-hmm. No, that's a 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay.
You add a 3.
Oh, yeah.
You can do it up to 3 times.
Oh, up to 3 times.
So 7. It's a success.
All right, 7. You can gain it right back. Actually, you can gain that prestige back. You can roll for something extra for the.
No, I'll gain that right back.
All right. That's a pretty good.
I'm gaming the system.
There you are.
I'm a good boy.
So you basically crank up all the stovetops and ovens and just.
Just stand back, mortals.
You have many calluses and burn marks, and you're going to be adding a couple more notches of those.
With you.
So let's see here. Dorothy, you caught Erebus at this point, right?
Yeah, and I'm bringing him up to the attic.
All right, the attic, yes.
To do an experiment with the new passage.
Yes. So there's Matilda.
Science!
And Matilda says, it's like, oh, you found Erebus. They seem to be, quite pleased with each other.
Well, Erebus, we're here to test, to explore a little bit. Are you up for some exploration?
Yeah, of course he is. Can't you understand him? And she pulls off a big cloth revealing a very large mirror.
It's behind the mirror.
It is the mirror.
Okay.
At this point, you hear the door creak open.
I guess you've been reading Lewis Carroll again.
You hear a door creak open to your side, which you think there was a door.
Glance over.
You see Angus, followed by Francis.
Oh, hi. We're playing a game.
More for the first expedition.
Another passage. Glance over at the mirror slightly awkwardly. And, it seems that Erebus is willing to test it. Are you two here for that as well?
So, Francis, yes, you pick up Erebus and throw him at great speed at the mirror, would you?
At great speeds.
Okay.
I will lean in and go, I have a sneaking suspicion that little Erebus is tougher than he looks.
Erebus,
Well,
It's like,
yeah.
we're just like,
I've seen enough to not doubt the boy's constitution, but it seems a bit improper to be chucking the children.
Don't be too proper.
So that sounds like you want to ignore the strange.
Yeah, just a little bit.
All right. So as you pick
It's still the same scene, yeah?
it is. Yeah.
Hey!
what is it? Ignore the strange.
Composure, I believe.
Okay. So that'll be a 9.
A 9.
I'm distracted, meaning my actions are somewhat compromised and less successful.
All right, so you lose something extra.
Okay.
But you get to ask a question, too.
What could they do?
What's going to happen when I throw the boy at the mirror?
I mean, David stole right out of my words. Yeah.
Yeah, you actually notice that there's... That mirror... It doesn't appear to be made of glass. It's like it's highly polished metal. But it works almost perfectly. It's so polished it works like glass.
So it's like an old mirror.
Yeah. And also, but there's a bit of time, like a fraction of a second between what you do and what the mirror does. It's falling behind.
So I'm sitting there like kind of doing this.
Yeah.
like that's my distraction.
Yeah, you're doing that. You're kind of watching, so it will be quite odd to see what happens. But if Erebus is quite durable, he should be fine. He should just wang off of it.
So, Matilda, where does this go?
Well, it will. Well, that's why we're here to find out.
Okay. That's my distraction. I'm going the fuck along with this.
Yeah.
Good job.
All right. So are you gonna throw Erebus?
do it.
You don't have to roll. You've considered it. And you're fine with it because you rolled ignore the strange.
Okay. What do I have to roll to throw?
Nope.
him,
You
or-
can just throw him.
I just chunk him.
All right.
Okay.
He does wang off.
I threw him ass first.
Yeah, no. That should have been you need to roll ignore the strange because he's fine.
Oh, I failed. my altered reality has been.
That's a trauma. So you,
I can't.
One of those days.
Am I able to scream my way out of this one, or is that?
are there any limitations to that ability?
It just says when you are about to receive trauma or lose prestige, start crying uncontrollably and roll persuasion.
If you want to, yeah.
Let's do it.
All right.
I'm used. All right.
There will be additional consequence for doing that, though.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'll still do it.
All right.
That's a success, and it doesn't get redirected to another person's. No, wait, no. I can redirect it to another person.
You can.
I blame Angus.
Who do you blame?
I'm blaming. This is so terrible. It must have been something was wrong with it. I mean, when I issued the paper earlier,
I should have never left the morning. I mean,
Angus, if you hadn't opened the other passage.
So Angus, I'm just trying to start a revolution. He grabs a candlestick and runs away. So
They don't say there, I hear the boy.
Yeah, I'll accept the other consequence. That was worth it.
the consequence is the innuendo.
Job in a show.
Francis, you gain a suspicion.
I gain a suspicion.
Seems her past may be sordid. I should have never left the burlesque. I mean,
I never should have left the show house.
yeah.
Everything's perfectly fine there. Sure, everybody's weird there, but everybody's weird here.
Yep.
Nice.
All right. So, Hobson, remind me what were you doing?
I was taking Lord Blackwood his tea.
All right, you take his tea.
Yeah.
He's in a much better mood once he has his tea. He comes. Yeah.
I happened upon Farthingworth and got
Yes.
him to reproduce his list for me.
Oh,
Here
very
it
good.
is.
Yes. Yes, you think Farthingsworth, yes, should be the last. Yes, of course. I like that. Yes. I see. Well, I think that's a very honorable, good list. We shall use this, make sure the workmen and everyone knows. I think I have all the steps necessary, but this would be good for Farthingsworth.
Yes, absolutely.
It's the greatest good.
Rejuvenating.
Yes, in a way.
In a way.
Rejuvenating, not
In a sort.
Of a sort, yes.
The greater good.
Tell me, has there been anything else I should know about in the house today? I've been hearing a lot more guests than usual. I assume everyone's been having capital time.
Yes, running about, taking care of this and that.
Yes. The sun has been good, a welcome rarity around here.
Yeah, it's so good to see you enjoying it.
Yes.
We did have a minor visit from our guest in the spa earlier, but...
Oh, what is that?
What? In the spa down the
Yes,
hall?
I know the spa is
Yes.
a very Scandinavian thing, but
Yes.
Grandpapa, he liked his time in Finland so much he had to have it built on.
And there's a visitor of the supernatural variety.
What's that?
occasions it?
Oh! I should consult with him immediately. Yes,
Exactly.
Yes, poor Von Stupen. Terrible business that. Do you think is it him?
It may well be.
Oh, would you conduct a séance very quickly and determine its identity? I would hate to be rude to the visitor.
Well,
And if it's Von Stupen, I still have, I have something of his here.
is that his riding crop?
Yes, I still have his riding crop. I'd like to return it, but if it's not him, I mean, that's outright thievery.
Sir, well...
Seance, yes.
Yeah, I
I will give you the candles. They're right here. You'll need a small animal, or someone to be this to spill the blood, or
Surely.
yes.
Sir, if I might interject. While I certainly appreciate all the lessons you've dispensed over the years, I cannot imagine that I have anything like the puissance, if I could be so continental, with the spirit realm as one such as yourself. Is there nothing else, any other preparations for your day that I could be about while you conduct the seance?
All right, guide his direction.
Seven.
Well,
I have an errand for me to perform.
Yes. Well, I suppose I should conduct the seance. It's only proper as the head of the household. But you must go out. You know that statue out in the garden?
The one that cries non-wet tears of darkness?
Yes. Go collect some of those tears, would you?
Indeed.
I hope that statue doesn't
Yes.
cause a fuss.
Chop.
Out I go.
Yes.
Shall I just go ahead and roll for that?
Well, you'll see some people on the way. So if you want to round up any other servants, you could always direct the staff to help you. Let's see here. Where was everybody? You're in the kitchen, cooking away. Oh yeah, back up in the attic. There's a lot going on.
Oh yeah.
By the way, technically,
Yeah, so Matilda says, "Oh, it didn't work. Oh, what happened? The door hasn't been. The door. You throw him through. The door's still closed on the other side. Clearly we haven't figured out where the other door is. It's the in between that matters. Go and fetch me some coffee and some sugar. I need to stay up all night tonight to make sure I open the sixth door."
I don't know anything about the sixth story yet, so but I do have technically my dark foreboding thing says when you fail.
Oh yes, and take her with you. Her crying is very.
I'm recovering, but when I failed to ignore the strange, which I did,
Yeah.
I can use "we're all going to die" as a secret the next time I drop an innuendo.
Okay.
So instead of "we're all going to die," space isn't 3-dimensional. Would that work or out?
Yeah.
because I've seen it. So eventually
I've seen it.
Yeah, the main thing is that gives you a free secret to use when you're innuendoing.
Yeah.
So yeah, remember with innuendo, so you get a +1 in your roll, and then you can gain prestige, cause trauma by saying "We're all dead."
Or I can gain prestige because I'm somehow in on something.
Yeah. So you
As we walk, you see, it's the queerest thing. It's like I can. There's a fourth direction that you can go.
I mean, it explains how I was crossing the river. I was actually crossing the river.
So I'm attempting to innuendo, I guess, I'm banking this one.
Yeah.
In the hopes that I can up my prestige because I've been sitting on 1 this whole fucking time.
Sure.
6, and hold on, it's higher than that.
With a +1.
There's +1.
So that's a 7, so you get a 1, so you can gain the prestige.
I get my prestige because I'm apparently very knowledgeable about these sorts of things.
You're all gonna die.
That's great.
Dude!
And if somebody tells me about the fucking door, well.
Yeah. So yeah, do you want to fill her in on what's going on?
Yeah, actually.
Because I've already told you about
as best as I comprehend. Yeah. No.
You could go out and visit that guy out in the moors, the mist. You could try and see if you can find that assistant again. Ferdinand. Anyways, while you two were talking, Reynolds, what are you doing?
I'm in the ballroom trying to get...
Oh, yeah. Did you make any rolls to do that yet?
To set things up in the
Yeah,
ballroom? No, I've just been dealing with people
You
who,
could do it yourself with serve the house, or you could direct the staff to sort of... There are a couple of workmen doing this. The ones that Erebus threatened earlier. Yeah. It is...
Probably serve the house.
Alright, go and roll that.
1, 6, 7, 8.
8. You can gain a prestige if you want.
Sure.
Alright. As you do that, abstinence comes in. So you say, "Oh, you're doing quite a good job. Very good, very good."
Oh, thank you.
Unlike some servants here, like that Francis.
Do you not like Francis?
Oh, he thinks he's so special. Thinks because he ferried people to places during the war.
Well, he is good at going to the village for us.
Yes, he is. But he thinks he's much more important than he really is.
Francis, now. Shutting off.
No, it's true. It's true. You should ask him about his.
What does he think?
Oh well,
Is this
it's not.
innuendo? No, I don't know.
She's
anything.
giving you a suspicion.
She's giving me a suspicion.
Yeah. But he thinks he's more important than he is. But. Would you be at this point? Also, Lady Daffodil comes in and says, "Oh, abstinence, how are you?" And they start being catty immediately to each other.
Okay.
But you notice,
So charming.
yes, Lady Daffodil has a butcher's knife and seems to be using it to punctuate her points. Just wildly,
Madam,
yeah.
do you think this is a good place in the ballroom to have your knife out?
All right, go out.
Well, the ballroom, madam. This is like my most useful thing ever.
Because you're camping. No.
5, 6, 7.
All right, what does that
Which
do?
is a partial success, so they leave the room still in the throes of their trouble,
Yep.
but not harming anyone in the household.
Yep. All right, so Lady Daffodil and the abstinence are having a very loud
I was
argument.
like, I have to go cleaning everyone's messes up.
So you're done with the decorations.
Okay.
You do hear Angus crying somewhere nearby.
Angus?
We're
Yeah.
going to do whatever we're doing.
All right, well,
All right.
I'll go find that boy.
All right, so you're all, basically everybody's sort of walking from one place to another. I think at this point, Hobson's walking towards the front door. Farthingworth, where were you again?
I had just decanted sherry and was taking it to the good Reverend, who is in the
Still in
Hall
the
of
Hall of Arms, I think.
Was he? Did that straight up cold cock him or?
Oh yeah, that's where Hildred is as well. So actually,
Good afternoon, sirs. I bring the afternoon aperitif.
all All right. So they're engaged in a huddled conversation. They snatch at it from you, and they, of course, as you look, do you look around the room? There are other wall drawings pinned to the wall and that kind of thing.
Absolutely. Let's see. I'm going to do a place for everything, so that means I get to take these two and add my etiquette, so that's going to be a 12.
All right, you get 3 questions.
Is there something out of place?
Yes. In particular, they're in sort of a parlor room or smoking room, and we'll say there's an antique of an artifact with occult significance that is not here. What is that artifact?
I believe that would be the statuette that young Mr. Angus stole earlier.
No, that was in the hallway. This is something else has gone missing. You need to make it up, or someone else can if you can't. What?
Begging sir's pardon, but it appears that the ancient Sumerian sacrificial dagger that used to sit right there has been removed.
What? Are you insinuating that Hildred immediately gets very angry at the accusation? Get out of this room! You fool! You fraud! I'll tell the Lord Blackwood himself that you insulted my honor! Take him with trauma. But he is, he's going deeper into his troubles at this point.
Well, that would be the other question I was going to ask, which is, has there been any trouble?
Hildred is getting worse. Let's see here. I guess you could. He's getting irrational. So,
Okay.
What is the third question?
Well, the third one is there another exit in this room?
There is, actually. The window has been opened up. You thought it was a sealed window, but they've stripped back the paint and everything, and so someone's been coming in and out, it looks like, through the window. It leads out near the gardens.
Okay. Can I make a guide their direction roll?
You can do that before you get kicked out.
Because, I am going to lose 1 prestige, so...
Yeah.
Because...
No, I said a trauma, not a prestige.
Oh.
He's yelling at you.
Well, that is a 10, so guide their direction.
If I may suggest before I take my leave, sir, perhaps your afternoon aperitif might make things a little calmer.
Okay.
I'm going to set the decanter down between them.
Okay. They will not get worse, the troubles, at least for a while, as they're drinking.
They're too drunk.
They're too drunk. But the sacrificial dagger is missing. Looks like someone's been coming in through the window.
And since I rolled a 10, they are following my lead. I am going to gain my prestige.
A little bit.
But you gain a trauma.
The Irish.
He's very abusive. So let's see here. So Hobson, you saw pretty much all the staff members except the cook. You don't know where the cook was. Are you going to try and interact with him before you head to the garden?
Yes. Francis,
Hobson.
do you happen to be engaged in anything at the moment?
A bit, but...
Throwing children. Child throwing.
Yeah, they've just... he and the maid have come just from the attic. They're coming back down there.
We were just having a...
Angus is with them crying.
We just had a hushed conversation about who knows what.
Yeah.
Well, I'm wondering if we might come to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement. You, after all, are still dressed for the weather, haven't gone outside today. The Lord is asking for some samples of the tears from the statue in the garden. Is there any duty that I might relieve you of?
What purpose could he possibly need more of that for?
Now, we know it's not ours to question.
Indeed. It's not so much a duty, sir, but abominable woman abstinence. She's taking a bit of the mick, if you know what I mean. If you could direct her
Elsewhere?
as far away from me as possible.
To the brick oven.
I would consider it a great service indeed.
Where do you plan to be after this? Oh, wait. I know. I know. Leave it to me. I have it covered.
Shall I just deliver the tears to the Lord himself, or would you rather I gave them to you?
Oh, by all means, take them straight to him.
Indeed.
He'll be up near the spa, I believe.
Cheers.
All right. So you heard that exchange.
Yeah.
Hobson.
Dorothy, do you happen to know where I might find the Lady Abstinence?
Oh, that ship has sailed.
Can't you hear them down the hall? Because they're still fighting in the hallway?
Not the little A Abstinence. not the Scarlet A
I
Abstinence.
wouldn't know exactly where she's gone off to, but that is an interesting tidbit. I have to get to the kitchen forthwith. Could you possibly cheer up little Angus here? He's been through quite a bit.
Unfortunately, I find myself occupied at the moment.
No, really. Directing staff. Yep. Fuck. That's a fail.
Not so much.
It's a flat fail. So that was that. I was like, fuck.
Angus kind of. He's kind of. Well, serves you right. You're just a maid. You don't deserve to. You can't tell anyone what to do.
Stop being a bug. All right. Kitchen now.
All right. Take what trauma. You're embarrassed by a child. Like,
Yeah. And I can't cry. I'll dictate. That probably is difficult to cry off, but
yeah.
all right.
Actually, you could redirect it to him with a successful.
Do you want me to try?
You don't have to. I'm just saying you could.
Oh, God.
Do it, Sean. Do it.
Attempt.
Role-playing public radio. We hate children. All right. All right.
Or if
I'm going to give him a "How could you be so cruel?" cry.
Yeah. Actually, I'll let a special move in
fuck!
there.
That actually worked. It's a special move.
Actually, no, I'll give you the special move. The custom move is, wait, you're a Marxist. How can you criticize me for being a maid?
Yes.
Actually, I'm gonna go,
Yes.
Listen here, you little pansy, pathetic, want to be Bolshevik. You are not really the working class because you don't work.
You're trading on the system.
Now get down to the kitchen, accept your sweets, and shut your gob. Because nobody else can hear me at this moment because everybody else has wandered off by this point. So,
Yeah.
Dottie comes out.
All right. Well, that kind of deflates his revolutionary. So he wanders off. So Hobson, what are you doing this season?
So I guess I will just track down Abstinence.
All right. Yeah, you actually hear them. They're in the carriage house right now, along with Lady Daffodil. They're having a very large argument, and she is saying. Well, you take the Bentley, and I'll take this motorbike, and we'll see who's the better lady in a race through the marsh.
I want to see this happen.
I don't, because that's where I'm going.
Ms. Abstinence, actually, there's a message for you. I wonder if I might deliver it. It's of a private nature.
Yes. Is it from Francis?
It happens to be. He actually passed it through me because I helped the Lord Blackwood to set the order for who will be in which stage setting later.
Oh, yes.
He wanted me to inform you that he will be in the house numbered 6.
All right, guide the direction. I'll give you a +1 bonus.
That's a 13.
The fates
Gay
want
one
this to
prestige.
happen.
You guided the direction. I'll go wait for him now.
You should.
She prances off. Lady Daffodil, wait. That's very good. That's very cunning of you.
Well,
You're a very cunning man. Hobson, what is my husband planning? What is he planning? What is he planning? She starts shaking you.
This is the knife.
Now,
he's having a seance at the spa.
ignore the strange.
Yeah. It's, oh, wait, that's composure, yeah.
Yep.
7. Whew.
All right, you're distracted. So let's see. You may say the last question, but you are also distracted. Being you're actually somewhat compromised and less successful. So that's all you can do is to not, hold gently, sort of guide the blade away from you as you sort of tilt her hand away.
The spa!
Yeah.
He's at the spa!
She doesn't listen to you, but she kind of just like, "Meh, of course you're too loyal like a dog," and just sort of stomps away. But yeah, so
Like a dog.
let's see here, Miss Tolliver, you've been doing a good job cooking. As you're doing that, Angus comes in. He's quite sullen, and
I was still going to the kitchen to get coffee as well. So.
oh yeah, Dorothy shows up as well.
Like, hello.
Feed the little privileged shit. I mean, I'm sorry. There was an incident, and I apologize. That was very, very forward of me.
Like, yes, I think so. Here, little boy.
What was again for the shit?
It says, here you are. A lovely cream tart. All to you.
He eats it.
Like, it's got lots of sherry in it.
All right.
Okay, at this point,
Is this medicine?
It's a
This tastes funny.
Well, you know, a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down.
Medicine is false class consciousness.
I sniff one of the tarts.
All right, yeah, no, it's there.
Hey, just have another.
It gets better the more you have.
Guys, they're still sweet as hell.
All right, she's asking. You are asking for the coffee.
I'm gonna ask if I can make. If you need, we need coffee. Lots of coffee. Quite a bit of sugar and a bit of milk.
Well, it turns out we have a lot of sugar right now since it was decided we shouldn't use it.
Well, it now has a use.
Delightful. Well, you know how to make coffee, don't you?
Oh, very well. If you don't mind by going around the kitchen.
That stove is unused now. You can use it.
Very good. Make coffee.
Like, I can actually tolerate her. Like,
And just as a giggle, I'm humming a strangely familiar tune.
All right.
I know that one.
Yeah, you gain a suspicion.
I'll volunteer that one for
All right, yeah.
It's something my husband used to sing.
You gain a suspicion.
Really?
Yes.
You know, I gather you passed before I arrived.
Yeah, you both gain suspicions. Nice.
To confirm suspicions, how's that work? Do I have to gain so many suspicions?
It's
or
a-
what?
It's just a binary.
Action.
So I'm going to attempt the action.
Once you have reason to believe you know someone's secret or trouble.
And I will do the same.
Yep. That is a success. Yes.
Yes.
I got a 10.
I got a 9, so I will have a...
It's true or false. The other person may choose one of the following. You develop a suspicion about one of your secrets. Your prodding is uncalled for, or they cause one trauma to you. In their next action, they roll something extra. So, what do you want against Dorothy? You can cause us trauma. You can make them lose. Let's see here, a prestige.
No, actually, I'll cause a trauma. Just
Okay. All right.
and basically, it's when you got your suspicion, like, yes, I am capable of that.
PvP usage! Yes!
All right. Well, you get his suspicion as well. So you know his Dorothy's secret. She was,
And I know, so we know each other's
you know each
secrets.
other's secrets. Yeah.
But I'm going to redirect that trauma.
Okay.
Oh, look. That's a 10.
Yeah.
10 plus redirect, so... You're just a nasty person. Grab the coffee. You just pour it. You're just horribly nasty.
All right. You get a trauma.
Except I'm in the kitchen. In fact,
Was that for traumas?
yeah, it's like when in the kitchen, I can ignore one level of trauma.
You're just nasty like that.
Like, yes.
Still crying and walk out. Wipe the tears off.
All right.
Going
So
back to the attic.
two women being very mean to each other, but somehow walking out of it okay.
I just go back.
Oh, they're just like that sometimes.
I just go back. Never in my temple.
So let's see here. So Francis is heading to the garden. You've already talked to Hildred and the Tuckerite. All right. So what are you going to do now? You going to report to Daffodil?
Yes.
All right, so you find Daffodil. She's coming back from the carriage house. You're not sure why she was there. You don't ask. She's muttering about butlers or valets and,
Fallen step beside her.
Yeah.
Just
yes.
rather calmly.
Yes.
Offering the sherry.
She takes a swig.
Is everything all right, madam?
What? Yes, Hildred. What is he up to?
Well, quite a number of things, apparently, but one of them involves the Sumerian dagger. I mentioned that it was not in its usual place, and he became most distressingly violent.
What? Of course. You must search the set. That Potemkin village he's building out in the near the gazebo. It must be there.
The sacred gazebo?
We don't talk about the standing stones that we demolished and secretly buried them. Yes. How dare you make insinuations? It was just the gazebo. It's whatever I say it is.
It is the completely normal and 100% mundane gazebo.
Yes.
You are absolutely correct.
Well, this is a normal house. We're normal people.
I would not say normal. That implies...
Rolling composure.
Sorry. Guide their direction.
Okay.
I would not say normal, because this is the house of a wonderful, noble family.
All right, roll persuasion.
You're not normal, you're not ordinary, you're extraordinary. The difference is that's something extra.
Okay.
8.
All right. All right. Let's see here. What was your secret again?
That I killed a man for the household?
Very well. You must find me that dagger before it lands in my back. Tell me again. Where were you when von Steuben was killed?
I was far away, and he wasn't killed.
It's a lie, and I know it. Tell me the truth. Tell me what you did.
I didn't kill him. The chandelier did when it fell on him.
And who caused the chandelier to fall?
Gravity.
I believe Isaac Newton, ma'am.
Oh, I know it was you. So she knows your secret, but she tells you to go out to. She accepts your suggestion. Tells you to go out to find the dagger. So you don't lose. You don't take any traumas,
but I have to do something for her.
Yeah, you have to do, and she knows your secret. You already had to do something for her. Anyways, so you're heading out the garden, or to the gazebo. You see Francis heading actually in that same general direction because the garden is past the gazebo. So the work's almost done. The sun is beginning to set. The party is very soon. Are you guys going to talk to each other, or are you just going to head to your separate tasks?
Francis, I wonder, do you happen to have your costume in order? Has anyone in the staff had the chance to put their costumes together today?
No, Father Isworth, I don't believe I was informed of this.
Oh, it will be most dreadful. We're going to have to apparently man each of these little houses ourselves.
Fuck.
But first,
Father Isworth, I believe there's something untoward about those houses. I do not believe we should be in them.
I would agree with that assessment, but first we must find the ancient Sumerian dagger that disappeared from his lordship's set. I believe it's in one of these houses. Perhaps if we search them together, we will find it quickly.
I'll start with the first. You start with the last. We'll meet in the middle.
Agreed.
Indeed.
All right. As you're doing that, you see Hildred is there. He is directing the workers. He sees you. He's approached. All right. Now lock all the doors until we begin. There's, of course, the side door where the staff will go in to pretend to be their residents. You all know how trick-or-treating works. They say trick-or-treat, and then you say treat, and then you give them treats, and say how good they are and how beautiful. And whatever you do, do not say trick. It will be terrible for us all.
And the world.
You'll have to deal with the workers or Hildred to search the houses. But you can search around the houses. Maybe there are, of course, work tools and kits and crates of supplies and things like that. So you can do everything in its place. Of course, you have to get those tiers too.
Yes.
I've got an 8. Is something out of place?
Yes, one of the crates is definitely out of place. Looks like it's been rummaged through, or you see a candlestick in it. So you don't know why there would be a candlestick in that.
Oh, I'll fix that.
All right.
Easiest thing to do is just simply take that candlestick away.
All right, you look in there and you also see that small statue that was missing earlier. In fact, a lot of missing things in the house.
This appears to be where Angus is hiding those things.
As you're doing that, Hildred comes up to you and says, "What are you doing?"
My apologies, Master Hildred. I was sent out to retrieve a few things.
Well, then get out of here. This is a masterpiece. It's not until we're done. We're not done.
I'm drunk.
Yeah.
Yes, pick up the crate and turn with it.
All right. He says, "March!" Anyways, so yeah, he's
you didn't fight in the war.
Actually, yeah, you did fight. You probably fought in the war 1812.
These are really good darts.
Yeah. Yeah, you roll ignore the strange if you're ignoring his berating.
Oh, that would imply that this is strange. He always berates. So let's see, that's a 6, and then composure 7.
7. All right. So you're distracted, so this is about all you're going to be able to do. You're not going to be able to find the dagger. But you have Hilda distracted, so...
I also got a mild success on one question.
Yep.
What is out of place?
Just has there been a trouble in this room?
Yeah, one of the workers is walking with a limp.
Okay.
You can talk to him, so...
I'll stop him.
Yeah.
You there, sir. Come here.
Yeah.
What happened to you?
Oh, well, this knife. I don't know how it got on my leg, but it did.
A knife, you say?
Yes.
Describe it.
It was curved in ancient Sumerian runes. You know how we all have those Sumerian lessons in school.
Indeed.
Yes.
Just like in primary
It's
school.
a bit different here in the South, eh?
Well, yes. I mean, it was the Lord Blackwood's father himself who insisted everyone in the village knew ancient Sumerian. For the prophecy, he said many times while staring into the distance.
Right.
Yes.
That blade. What happened to it, sir?
Oh, I threw it in the garden.
In the garden?
Yes, I wanted it away from me.
I see.
It should be in a desolate place like that. Yes.
So do you.
I mean, it's near that. I could see you see that statue. You know, I heard it whang against the stone. So I'm assuming it hit that statue.
All right. Good man.
Yes.
See to that leg.
I have as best as I can.
No. You don't understand. Find a surgeon. Probably a priest as well.
What about Reverend Tucker?
All right, so I head for the garden. So
go out on the grounds.
On the grounds, yay! That's an 8. So
hey, things interesting happen.
yeah, I'll bet. What happens?
But did you add your stat to that?
Yeah. I had a really bad roll. My dice finally crapped out.
All right. You don't fall on trip, but you do take a trauma as you go to the tiers and something bites you on the leg and on the shoulder. They're small bites, but they add up. Something skittering, something maybe with 8 legs.
I smack it off.
Yeah.
Do I see it? Is it?
It went out in the darkness, vaguely spider-shaped.
Are you a spider?
Missouri tarantula.
Right. Are you a spider? You have to tell me if you're a spider.
But you find that statue. It is bleeding. You know, it's crying its black tears, and the dagger is firmly in its head.
What is this life? All right, so I remove the dagger and scrape some tears, and
You hear as you pull it out.
Like, oh, grow up!
Yeah. Ignore the strange.
I'm great. 10.
Yep.
Don't give a fuck.
Yep. I was.
What did you say?
I can ask a question about the situation. So,
Are you alright?
tell me about the voice. What's?
Oh, that must have been the assistant's voice. He must be nearby.
Okay.
Ferdinand.
Yeah. All right. So I have my knife.
All right.
I have the knife. I have the.
If I had a shilling for every statue that screamed around me,
I'd have 8.
shillings.
All right.
I would be a very wealthy man indeed. Just get used to it.
Fathers, well, you clearly never heard me discussing with the damn armor in the main hall.
Oh, don't ever speak to him.
It's seen things. It was at Calais. How does it know?
Oh, you mean Pierre?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so you get the dagger. You get to return the dagger. You get to return the stolen goods. Does anybody have an undone task, or we can advance the time to the party?
Basically, I was just providing the coffee, which we gave Matilda that
Yep.
time.
You give.
Yeah,
so
so that's done.
you choose to give the coffee to Matilda.
Yes.
All right.
Well, the
Yes.
one thing
Because
that
the
we
little
are kind of
mistress-
missing from the very beginning was our own costumes.
Yeah.
So, did we have time to get our own costumes together?
I guess I didn't know you had needed costumes. But apparently
I
you
didn't know that.
All right,
either.
so
I
everybody
thought
gets one roll to. You can choose to have someone do it for you, or you can serve the house to make your own costume. But tell me what your costume is and how you're getting it made. Hobbs.
Okay.
Yeah.
One, I'm going to challenge you that I do not need to roll on this because I'm the valet. It is in my very nature to be impeccably dressed.
Oh, okay.
And I actually do have a second suit that is cut a little slimmer, one might say.
Yeah.
It might make me look a bit slender.
Hey. You can choose. It's a roll for everybody, so you can choose what the roll is. You can guide the direction. Tell Lord Blackwood you don't. I have to look good. It reflects on you. Or you.
I'll do that as a gentleman's gentleman.
Oh, yeah, he's performed the sayings, by the way. He says, yes, it's definitely von Steuben. That was a good call. And I gave him the riding crop. But
Either helped or hurt.
the void between worlds. I saw a river. Von Steuben was saying that he needed the ferryman to. He was stuck here because the ferryman wouldn't do his job.
Lazy bastard.
I'll let him know if I see
But he
him down the village.
wouldn't be satisfied until his killer came with him. He was killed. It was not an accident. He said.
What an interesting theory. The ghost
Yes,
has.
go slide. They do that.
Just like Hamlet's father.
Oh yes, that's a good. I had not considered that. Well, no, I did because I'm much more educated than you.
You told me about it.
Yes,
I was
I did.
Just repeating it to you.
Yes. Anyways, go ahead and roll.
Yeah, that's 10.
All right, so you are a very slender man, very well dressed, slender man.
Yes. Actually, wait, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm going as modern art. I get a green apple from the kitchen and a bowler hat.
Okay. Magritte might be a little anachronistic. I don't know.
Exactly.
It's
Slender Man was fine.
yeah.
That's something that's only 10
I don't know what
years
you're talking
old.
about. You're just a slender man. Farthingsworth, what's your costume and how are you getting it made?
Well, it's actually fairly easy if I've got the right time period.
1920s.
1 second while I take a look.
Okay, while you're doing that, Dorothy.
Dorothy completely forgot about this, totally whiffed it, and she's going to go consult Lady Blackwood. What would be appropriate?
Okay. Guide the direction. See if get her to help you.
That is a total of 10, actually.
Okay. All right.
So I gain prestige. All right.
Yeah.
Kick-ass.
You look simply ravishing as a companion to my costume. It would be two of a kind. I had two made in slightly different colors. We shall be
So yours is black and pink, and what color is mine?
pink and black.
Oh, okay. So I'm going as
It's
your twin.
complimentary.
I'm
yes.
going as your kind of twin.
Yes. It's one costume actually. Will be Janus, the two-headed god of justice in
I was
ancient
going to
Rome.
suggest, just have
Yeah.
you play your twin as a joke to give a slight.
Yeah.
No, I'm dressed as Lady Blackwood.
Yes. No. It's still stylish. She is wearing a costume, so it would be no, it would be definitely a Roman deity. But yeah, we'll say Janus. So you're basically the two-headed god, and so but you look identical because you're supposed to stand back to back.
And okay, so I got the pink, black on pink. She's got the pink on black.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You look very identical. So far, everything's worth it. Figured out what your costume is.
Foreshadowing.
Yes. A leather apron, a long coat, and a knife, because I am Jack the Ripper.
Okay. How are you having this made? Are you doing it yourself, or are you getting someone to do it for you?
Basically, just raiding the old winter clothes that are due to be given out to charity.
All right, the heaps of large clothing that you have to dig through. Roll fortitude. Serve the house. So
that's a 7.
7. All right. Serve the house. You can gain something extra for the party, or you can gain 1 prestige.
I think I'm going to...
no one's used a cruel move yet. So.
I'm waiting.
All right.
As am I.
What?
No, that's fine.
I'm feeling nostalgia.
Yeah.
I'm going to roll with something extra for the entire party.
Okay. Very good. Everyone compliments you on your Jack the Ripper. It's very good. So
one might say it looks authentic.
Reynolds.
I'm just going to go raid the old sheets and tablecloths until I find a good one that has already got holes in it, and I'm going to use that, and I'm going to be a ghost.
Okay, roll serve the house. See if you can find one that doesn't have old books.
12 plus...
Jesus.
What is serve the house? 42, so 11.
All right. Do you want something extra or 1 prestige?
I get both, don't I?
You get both. Oh, yeah, you get both. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you get the ghost sheets for the traditional. There was a time where there were a lot of ghost parties where everyone dressed up like a ghost, but they stopped doing that because too many of the sheets had bloodstains on them, and they never throw sheets away. But you got the one unstained one, so it's like, oh, it's nostalgia, like a classic ghost. That was very good. Francis, what's your costume?
I've managed to find an old dark cloak, and I've gone to speak with the gardener, though he was a bit unspecific as he was still following that damnable pruning shears around like some sort of dowsing rod. But I managed to acquire a scythe.
All right, so direct the staff.
And the front half of a skull?
Oh, I was going for serve the household.
Yeah, you can do that.
The front half of a skull from...
Or you could just...
A very authentic-looking skull mask at that.
So serve the house, you have to use the scythe. He tells you to cut the garden in order to, borrow it. Yes. So, yeah, it's hard work.
Yeah. That'll be a 10.
All right,
so.
yeah. You get
you get both.
My prestige.
You look quite the ferryman, as though you were meant to play the role. Weirdly enough. Finally, Tolliver. Mrs. Tolliver.
I'm going to get a back from an oldish looking period dress.
Okay.
And get some red paint on my hands. It goes Lady Macbeth.
Okay. So you're doing this yourself?
Yes.
All right. Roll serve the house.
Everything's the same.
Yeah.
8.
8. Yeah.
That's an either or.
Yeah. Either or. Roll something extra or gain 1 prestige.
Something extra.
Okay. All right. So everyone's here in the ballroom. The finale will be going out to do the trick or treating. But before then, they have to have refreshments. Miss Reynolds did a great job with the decorations.
Oh, thank you.
There's coffins for everyone that are up on the wall. Angus has recovered somewhat, but Matilda and Erebus and the miscellaneous children are all having fun. Lady Daffodil has sheathed the knife, at least for now.
Food is exquisite, I hope.
The food is quite good. Everyone's definitely feeling the influence of all that sharing.
I'm actually going good.
Let's see here. Matilda's doing this. But abstinence is not here. She is.
With that skull mask Farthingsworth gave me and everything else, no, I'm playing as low key as I can.
Yep. And Lord Blackwood, of course, has to give a toast to everyone. He says, "Greetings, all. Welcome for this All Hallows Eve. As you know, this tradition is the latest vogue in America, and of course, we are here very." Very looking forward to this as to be an annual tradition. As we will have our own trick and or treating. But I do wish to make an announcement. We have another guest here. The Count von Steuben is here in spirit. I see we have a ferryman. Very good. Perhaps you should go to the Hall of Arms and talk to him. You can talk to him apparently through the suit of armor. He very much wishes to go across the river after he finds his killer. So, I'm quite serious. If anyone finds the killer and stabs him to death with this nice Sumerian ritual dagger, you can keep the dagger. I will consider that the fair trade. I will consider that a fair and honest bit of work. So if not, I have nothing else. Does anybody know the killer? If you're the killer, would you raise your hand? No? Oh, you're a liar too. Well, that's just dishonest. That's terrible.
I'm sorry. What was his name again?
Count von Steuben?
Never mind. I'm sorry.
What was his first name? Does anybody know?
I wasn't here.
Yes.
I stick to the kitchen.
Yes. You're not the killer, are you? Killer say what?
No.
All right. Well, anyways, just keep that in mind. It's a very nice dagger. It's very sharp. So I'll just put it here in plain sight. I mean, you could use it. You could use it to stab other people too. I'm saying it's a nice dagger. So, cheers. This is actually one of his better speeches. He's only incited people to try murder once.
But Miss Popplebottom.
Yeah. Oh, you should roll Ignore the Strange because you're the ferryman.
It seems that we might want to get that out of reach of the children.
Yeah, that's a full succeed, so I don't care. And ask a question about the situation as unfolding.
On that one.
How drunk is the room at this point?
It's varying. Though the Lord Blackwood is definitely feeling it. He's been having a lot, but Hildred is actually kind of weaning off of it a little bit. Reverend is also very drunk.
What about the children's? Are they feeling it?
Erebus seeing Matilda is like drunk and really caffeinated.
So she's for loco.
Yeah. She is.
Sean?
So Erebus seems to be unaffected. Angus is almost out. Angus is not going to last very long. So, but the other two are probably going to be problems. So
soon the spawn will be asleep.
Well, not Matilda. She's going to be up all night.
That's fine. She's all right.
All right. So
at some point, Farthingsworth actually had just requested. You want to repeat that one again?
Yes. Popplebottom.
Miss Popplebottom, it seems that it might be a good idea to get that knife out of the reach of the children.
Oh, Mr. Farthingsworth.
It's rather sharp.
You want me to hold the knife?
all right. Did you get a secret? Or...
I don't.
Oh, okay.
It's fun.
All right. Are you trying to plant a suspicion on him?
No.
All right.
I'm just
innuendoing for the
You would
secret?
rather I pick it up?
Well, I suppose that would it be fitting? I don't know. I'll go over.
Circulate with this tray.
Actually, I will grab the knife.
All right, you pick it up. Lord Bagger is like, wait. Yeah?
Oh, I was going to place it a little bit higher so the children can't reach it.
But what if they know who the killer is?
How would they know?
Are you doubting the intelligence and the capability? In my age, I found 3 killers.
Okay. Very well, sir.
Lord Blackwood, would you care for an aperitif?
Okay, so
Guided direction.
I'm kind of like building up to cooking something off here, just in case. But right now, I'm having a conversation with Lord Black. All
right, so yeah, he's stuffing his gob with more sherry things.
Well, that's really fascinating. 3 killers, you say?
One was, the 2 was, and the third one was. Well, I don't. Well, I shouldn't tell you any of these. But there were 3 of them.
Oh, that's very interesting.
These are very good sherry tarts. I mean tarts. They taste like sherry.
It's amazing.
It's funny, isn't it?
Yes.
The cook has outdone herself this time.
Oh, plenty of times.
Oh, capital job, Mrs. Tolliver.
I live but 2.
This party is entirely due to you. Everyone else was slacking off and terrible and just awful. So he starts berating it. All of you will lose 1 prestige.
I'm actually going to redirect that with an innuendo.
All right, go for it.
Oh yes, she's terribly good at disposing of all the waste afterwards as well.
All right, go for it.
That is a success. That is a that's a full success. Because that is because I've got the one secret, right? So
yeah, you have her secret. Yeah.
10.
So you get 2 of those. They lose 1 prestige, and you cause a trauma, or you gain 1 prestige. You roll something extra. Yeah, 2 of those 4.
Definitely gaining 1 prestige,
right.
Especially in front of the Lord of the Manor.
Yep.
And I'm going to. I'm actually going to roll with something extra against for the next scene.
Yep. All right.
So I should be rolling with something extra as well. Just the innuendo.
Yep.
Yes, your lordship, you're absolutely right.
Okay.
Mrs. Tolliver, who stayed in the kitchen the entire day while the rest of us were wandering around, did everything to make this happen.
It's only a confirmed secret. You don't have a confirmed secret against her.
Oh, when you hint a reference, okay.
Yeah.
So this would
they got each other's secrets in that.
Well, in this case,
and I was using this to redirect, so I don't take trouble.
I'm going to do.
So
guide his direction.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so that's going to be a 9 plus 2.
Okay.
So that's an 11. So the prestige I just lost, I'm going to gain right back.
Okay.
But have him follow my lead.
Mm-hmm.
I.e., stop this and the rest of the servants, because clearly we all did something here.
All right. Well, all right. You did do something, so you got his direction in that sense.
And besides, we do have other concerns, sir. After all, there is a killer to find.
Oh yes,
somewhere in this room.
All right. Yes. Is he in this room, or she, or they, or them? Is it more than one killer?
Well, considering that this is where the party lies, and he says he's not leaving until the killer shows up, it could be anyone.
Okay. All right. So what are you guys doing? As he's talking to Lord Blackwood. So he does stop the. The 3 of you will each lose a prestige for being slammed in public like that, unless you do something. Because it was only Miss Tolliver's work. It wasn't any of his. But you did, you did. But you got innuendo about. You all get a suspicion about Mrs. Tolliver disposing of things.
Sorry, Tom.
No, you're not.
I have an ace in the hole here.
Yeah. So Hobson,
I'll guide direction.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. But personally, I mean, sorry, I lost.
All right,
direction.
that's fine. Let's see here. So you're kind of befuddled by what's going on. Reynolds, you can talk together. You could try to talk Lady Daffodil into talking sense into her husband. You could try and figure out what's going on.
I could not in the ballroom.
Okay. Yeah.
Please note, this doesn't actually have to happen in the ballroom. We just happen to be in the ballroom every time it happens.
By the end of this, you're going to be screaming out the Monty Python. It's my only line. It's me only line.
Surely you don't think that that's true. 9 7 plus etiquette, 10, 11.
Okay. So is that a special?
Family member is having a trouble. With full success, family member will temporarily regain their faculties and cease having their trouble.
Okay. He'll stop doing it anymore. So, he stops his tirade short. After a moment, so yeah, he won't be a problem. In fact, he pretty much at this point he continues drinking and eating the tarts. So Lord Blackwood is soon incensed. Did you figure out what you wanted to do? Because the party progressed. At this point, everyone.
Lord Blackwell, if you would step with me, I believe your chair is.
At this point, at this point, Hildred says, well, it's time. I think it's time now to do the trick or treat.
I would like to put off Hildred's trick-or-treating.
Huh?
I'm going to use a cruel move.
Okay. Which move is that?
I'm going to use a turn of the screw.
Okay.
Because here's what's been set up for you.
Yeah.
I'm dressed like the lady of the house. I've been acting as a mother to her child. And now I'm apparently getting along just swimmingly with her husband, who apparently might have gotten rid of a wife before.
Oh, so you're setting Lady Daffodil off.
She may be angry with me. She may be angry with her husband. She may be angry at both. You start mothering, or you start helping Lord Blackwood to his seat as he's quite drunk. And Lady Daffodil basically says, You're trying to usurp my position! You would allow this young tart like the one in my mouth! And let's see here. What is a non-knife weapon? Actually, no, she takes the Sumerian dagger out and starts running for you. I'm going to... Okay, if it requires the roll, I know what I'm doing.
She's going straight in a straight line. You're in between. Lord Blackwood is behind you, so you could step out of the way and let Blackwood take it, or you could.
I'm going to use my power to deflect it.
All right.
This is when it fails.
You can always burn that prestige.
No, actually, I'm going to cry helplessly in front of her, and it's going to redirect to somebody else at the party, rushing it. Let's see, who else in there? Oh, how about that, Reverend?
You married us.
The Reverend's feeling heroic.
What does this even mean? Lady Daffodil, just nothing matters. It's all on my shoulder.
It's horrible.
All right. So Lady Daffodil starts stabbing the Reverend, mostly in the arms and hands as he holds them up to defend him. She's not a great shot with that. So
hopefully this delays the trick or treat.
It does. Someone's going to take hold of it. They're getting now the tarts are getting covered in blood. They're right next to the buffet table. So
I'm going to hold that tray up. Just
no,
the tarts.
Okay, serve the house. Save the tarts.
Yes.
The Queen of Hearts has lost.
You get extra. Oh yeah, because it's
Yeah.
All right, so you get that. You saved one tray of tarts, enough to really drunk. What are you going to do?
I'll try to save another.
All right,
They're my creations, damn it.
All right, serve the house.
Ooh, 12.
All right,
12.
you serve the house too. Save the tarts.
It's not going to be fun until somebody fails at that.
Yeah.
Save the tarts, not
Or you
the
can
vigor.
stop the stabbing.
Yeah, you can save the freaking vigor.
I'm going to try that eventually, but I'm not everybody else.
You know what? It's like,
It wouldn't
this
be
is kind
proper
of
for me to
terrible.
lay hands on Lady Daffodil.
I'm sure we're all feeling like, this is terrible, but I kind of want to see how this plays out.
Oh, dang it. That's still a 7.
Serve the house. All right, so the tarts have been saved.
Oh, just gain a prestige.
You saved the tarts. Good job. What about you?
Hey, it's not my place to stop the lady from doing
No,
stuff.
that's what I'm going to do. Listen, not in the ballroom.
Okay.
Which is terrible and doesn't work at all. So that means that it is inappropriate but necessary.
All right.
So, at the expense of losing a prestige, lose one trauma. I'm not getting a trauma, so I don't know.
Oh, you'll get a trauma.
Okay, well, I
There will be
don't
some
get a
accidental
trauma, I
stabbings
guess,
on the
because
way.
of this.
Because of what?
You know I can heal you, right?
Inappropriate but necessary.
Yeah.
So you got a partial success?
No, I failed.
Oh, then it just doesn't work at all.
Oh, it doesn't work. What is this inappropriate but necessary then?
Let's see here. Where is that? Oh, that's a different move. At the inappropriateness at the expense of losing a prestige, lose 1 trauma. So yeah, you gain. You get stabbed, so you'll take 2 trauma. You can spend 1 prestige to remove that trauma.
Meh.
All right.
Talk to me later.
You're totally reminding me of Pam.
So yeah, you get stabbed.
Wildly inappropriate.
You get cut. She's just waving the knife around like a mad woman. So
That wasn't very nice.
yeah, and you get blood all over your costume.
Well,
yeah.
ghost sheet
Yeah.
already.
At this point, Hildred is out. Quick, to the gazebo! We'll be safe there! She's afraid of it! Matilda and some of the other guests, miscellaneous guests, start rushing to the gazebo for safety.
I tried to delay it, guys.
Yeah.
No, we can still delay it.
Well, Francis will get an action, so it hasn't happened quite yet. Well, everyone has reacted to the stabbing. Yeah, and you've saved the fucking turret, so yeah.
Priorities.
Yeah. So Francis, Lady Daffodil has gone crazy and has tried to kill Blackwood with a knife. Lord Blackwood with a knife.
No, not
the vicar got in the way.
And the vicar got in the way.
Oh, he got in the way.
Because he was trying to save
And then Reynolds tried to stop and got cut as well.
Yeah.
They saved the tarts.
As long as we took care of the important things.
Yeah. So are you
Somebody
just?
probably needs to save that vicar.
Hildred is telling everybody to flee to the gazebo because Lady Daffodil is afraid of it. So you could try and stop Lady Daffodil.
Okay. That would be guide their direction to stop her? Or
It would be probably serve the house because
yes, I would definitely do it.
she is crazy.
Remember, you are rolling all 3 dice at this point.
I will say you will take a trauma for just attempting because she's got a Sumerian sacrificial dagger.
Sure. I get the risk.
Yeah.
No, I will definitely. I'll try.
All right.
We'll use some bayonet drill, I guess, with the rifle to try and kind of pin her against a wall until the madness subsides or until I can conquer.
Yep.
Over the head.
If you disarm her, she'll be fine.
Yeah. 12.
All right. You disarm her. At this point, so the threat's been gone. Hilder's still trying to in vain. Well, not in vain. Is trying to get people to go to the house. The houses. Some are beginning to just follow his orders.
Actually, I'm going to use direct the staff.
Okay.
It is simply not done if we go before the witching hour. The clock says that it must be midnight before the witching hour is at hand.
Okay.
It would be wrong of us to vacate the house early.
All right.
Okay, so that's 13.
All right. So the NPC staff members stay there. So people kind of linger there. Hildred goes up to you and says, "Are you presuming to take my authority?" And it's unconscionable. I work so hard, and Matilda is looking so forward to this. Are you going to make that poor girl cry?
I serve Lord Blackwood, sir, and I serve Lady Blackwood in the Blackwood family. While you are a cousin, sir, you are also a guest in this house. Matilda will be awake all night, and she knows that the proper time...
She's running.
All right.
Would you have me do something, sir, that would disrupt that young lady's entertainment?
Fine.
I will not dishonor my house, sir. And I will have you know that I have served this house longer than you have lived.
All right.
Guide his direction.
Let's see.
Should have need a dart gun.
Yeah.
Or a blow gun.
Everything in its proper time, sir.
All right.
Oops. Dart grenade.
Yep.
That's a 10.
Mischief managed.
Mischief managed.
That's actually a 13.
All right. Well, that's because that's why should I listen to this? I know your secret. Anyway.
What secret would that be, sir? That I have served this house since I was 5 years old?
Then go in the Great Hall and stand where Von Stooping did.
Gladly, sir.
Okay. Yeah, you can give me a is everything in its place roll if you want.
Mm-hmm.
This will be a new scene. So it's 2 dice.
Nope, it's still 3.
Why?
A place for everything.
Okay. All right.
So that is going to be 11, or actually 10.
Yeah. All right, so you get to ask 3 questions.
Is something out of place in this room?
Yep. The chandelier is hanging by a thread.
Has something been added or removed?
The screws.
And has there been a trouble in this room?
Yeah, you see it looks like the silhouette of Von Steuben standing at the opposite end of the hallway. He's saying something to you, but you can't really understand it. You have to get closer. He's beckoning you. People are watching now, so at this point, all of you gain a suspicion.
No, I didn't have that one.
Yep. You didn't have it already. So everyone's peering out from the
So
ballroom
there's no
door.
stack if you've got one.
It's a binary thing.
Okay.
So you have to roll to confirm. So anybody can stop this, but Hildred seems to have communed with the spirits as well. And questioning his authority was a bit out of your place. But yeah, you can walk towards it. You pretty much can see what's going to happen. But what are you going to do?
Well, I'm going to walk in the path that I'm supposed to as the butler.
Okay. That's under the chandelier.
Oh, no. It is not done for me to walk through the middle of the room. Servants walk around the edges.
Okay.
And while I am the lead servant, I am still but a servant.
Okay, so you're...
walking the butler's path.
We'll treat this as going outside the grounds, essentially. Roll fortitude.
Outside the grounds of the narrative.
Outside the grounds of the narrative?
Yeah. Well, it's a supernatural dangerous place.
It's still a 7.
All right. Let's see here. The chandelier shatters by you, spraying you with glass. You take 1 trauma.
Frightfully drafty, these old houses.
Okay. The chandelier is broken. You have to direct the other workers to get rid of it. Clean up the mess. The time passes. It's near.
I'm going to use a move on Mr. Farthingsworth. I'm going to see to his wounds.
Just Farthingsworth. There's no mister. I'm the butler.
I'm going to see to his wounds by make sure he's okay. I'm a trusted confidant, and if he tells me about anything that might be troubling him, I can make a roll and get rid of a trauma.
All right. So if you confirm the secret,
it actually just says that as long as he shares his trauma with me.
Okay.
But it's up to you how you want to work that.
You can ask him about that as she's bandaging up your wounds.
You know, this isn't the first time a chandelier has fallen in this room.
Oh, really?
Actually, I believe it's happened 4 times. Once, unfortunately, the Count Otto von Stooping was standing directly under it.
Sorry.
All right, make your roll.
Say what you will about
that's still a
the Count.
success. I don't get the extra prestige, but he does heal trauma.
Yeah, you heal trauma. You confirm the secret.
He was quite.
There's a look in his eye.
He was quite the cad, you know.
Yeah.
He sounds very troublesome.
Yeah.
I do believe he's part of the reason why the Lady Daffodil is so suspicious now. You see...
Oh, she's suspicious of everything.
All right, so is anybody else doing anything before the witching hour? Because there is a list that Hildred now has.
We do need to feed the children those tarts.
You feed the children tarts. Matilda is still they're eating them at a leisurely rate. You're having to clean up the chandelier, so you can't really do anything else to do that. Is anybody else going to do anything before the witching hour?
Make sure the candy's ready to go.
You all have your candies ready. It's all prepared. You all have to take a house. Names are read out. Francis, you'll be in house 1. Reynolds, you'll be in house 2. Hobson, you're in house 3. Dorothy, you're in house 4. Tolliver, you're in house 5. And Farthingsworth, you're in house 6.
Why is that a surprise? It's almost like, I don't know, Hobson wants me dead for some reason.
So
It's got to move up in the world.
Yep. So is each of you
Over my dead body.
That's the idea.
I insist.
Whackity schmackity doo.
So Hildred, the remaining people, and the remaining children start the trick-or-treating things. The 6 houses all in a circle around the gazebo. And so first off, Francis, how is your house, which again is just like a little shack with a big front and a door. What's weird about it?
There's a smell.
There's a smell.
There's a smell. It's an old one. I know it.
Is it like the river?
No.
So what you're saying is that it really sticks in there?
Hey-o!
Lord Blackhorse, no! It's a nightmare.
About puns.
About puns, yes.
Yeah, it's
got a smell.
It's oniony and dusty.
All right.
I don't know, but I know it.
All right, the smell is quite cloying and obnoxious, so give me ignore the strange.
Pungent.
Pungent, yes.
On composure, that'll be a 7. So
right.
Distracted by it.
Yeah. You can't really do much else, but you can't ask a question.
Yeah. Can I tell whatever is out of place, the supernatural out of place that they're using for the ritual?
Yeah, the angles don't seem like the wood seems to bend at corners, but yet it's still a straight angle, so it's like looking. Well, Asher, hasn't made anything yet, but this is kind of what it looks like an optical illusion from the inside. The joints aren't fitting together, yet they fit.
Okay.
So that's weird.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. But they trick or treat. I assume you give them some treats.
I give them their treats.
At this point, Agnes sort of like goes back to the gazebo and just passes out. So. But there's still Erebus and Matilda. So next up is Reynolds. Mm-hmm. What's weird about your house?
What does this house look like?
I don't know. You can tell.
I thought you...
they're in chronological order. The first one is Egyptian. The last one is Neo-Brutalist, which doesn't exist yet, so no one recognizes it. It's just weird cubes. But anything later than Egyptian...
and it has to have a door.
It has to have a door.
Okay.
So it could be a Roman temple. It could be...
That's exactly what it is.
It's a Roman temple.
Only, it's not in what you would expect, like a white or a marble. It's all black.
It's all black. Okay. Yeah. All right. So that's it, though. There's nothing else. When you look up... well, there's something weird on it, like really weird. In fact, I'll say, you hear something above you. Do you look up?
Sure.
All right. Roll ignore strange.
What could that be? Oh wait, I should have only rolled 1. I won't even look at it.
Okay.
6, 7, 8, but it's composure, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay, so it's still 7.
All right. Partial success.
Partial success.
So it's a giant spider. It's pitch black, but there's a big red hourglass on it.
It's all right. Matilda's put all of these paper mache spiders everywhere.
It's a paper mache. It's just swaying in the wind, even though there's no wind.
That's what the problem is with outside.
Or it's like, I'm the widow.
So yeah, it's fine.
That's probably the one who got down in the mall.
Kids with their stories.
They're so silly.
So yeah, Hobson. Something more recent than the Romans.
Okay, so this is the third house. Actually, isn't a house so much. It's painted to look like it's Celtic standing stones.
Oh, okay.
And having passed through, well, it was a cloudy night outside.
Yeah.
But it's really clear.
Oh,
inside, and I hear something, some jingling and some chanting.
All right, roll ignore is strange. This is certainly strange.
Oof.
3.
3. So that's a failure. All right. So as you're doing that, as you're looking at that, you hear footsteps from behind you, and you look and you see someone wearing just this wooden mask and just blood-stained robes, and the Sumerian knife. You thought that was back in the ballroom, is walking straight towards you. You're quite panicked, and you can either stand your ground or you can run out and scream and lose 2 prestige. As you were too
I'll stand my ground.
All right.
I am not the murderer.
So what was your secret again?
I was raised in a house of ill repute.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I'll have you know, all my aunts were priestesses to Ishtar.
All right. He just he reaches out. You hear the knocking just in time. You pull the door open, throw the candy at the children. So you technically do your job. So but you do get you feel something on your back, and there's no wound, but you just feel this inner churning, like your left shoulder's on fire. So take 2 trauma.
Right.
Ow. Yeah. So next up, that was 3, 4. Dorothy, what's your house look like?
We're going to skip forward in time. Too much ancient stuff.
Yeah.
It's a nice Tudor.
All right, it's a nice Tudor house. What's weird about it?
Well, technically the windows are shut and even the door's shut right now, and there's a candle in there. And it occasionally gutters in a different direction, but there's no wind.
All right.
Is there a pair of striped socks sticking out from underneath the...
Not yet.
Give me a roll. Ignore strange.
All right.
There aren't a lot of Tudor farmhouses in Kansas.
11!
All right. That's fine.
I'm just thinking it's Dorothy's house.
Yeah,
So-
fire just weird things.
You can ask a question if you want.
Since I got a little bit of input dump on it, what's so weird about this? Why are we so worried about the kids reaching the 6th house?
You've been looking at the reactions, and the houses themselves are changing after more doors are open. They look more real. So when you think maybe it just seems incremental and subtle, but when all 6 open at the same time, it'll have an exponential effect.
Kind of like that weird insight I had in the attic.
Yeah.
About the right number of doors and the right one.
Fortunately, though, at this point, Erebus passes out.
Passes out?
Yeah, no, he falls head first on the stone pavement. Just his head bounces off of it. It's unmarked. There's no blood. He seems perfectly.
Oh, it's Erebus. He'll be fine.
Yeah.
Bandages.
Bandaged.
He's already bandaged.
He's already bandaged. He's fine. Next, though, we have Mrs. Tolliver. What does your house look like?
Does it have to be older than that one?
It has to be younger than that one.
Okay.
Than a Tudor house.
Younger than the two. Okay. So
Yeah, that's like 16th, 17th century.
I think actually it goes back to 14th.
14th
Oh,
century.
sorry, 15th.
Yeah, 15th century, we'll say.
All right. How about
what do you call
a minute?
that German architecture style that looks like gingerbread?
No, like a minute. Like I'll say, like it's like a miniature. It's like a miniature entering the Buckingham Palace.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. So what's weird about that?
It's like it seems to have flickering light in the back, like there are torches burning in it.
Okay.
And there's the sound of people moving around and like echoing footsteps and conversation.
Well, you don't want any part of that. You should roll to ignore the hell out of that.
Totes, totes, my goats. 8, 9.
All right, 9. You're very distracted by it. The torches are coming closer and closer, or farther and farther, or both. It's weird. Anyways, you can ask a question, though.
I'm pretty sure I hear one verse like, to the tower with him.
Yeah. So what's your question?
How much would I how much longer, how much more would I need to get into that kid to get her to pass out before the last house?
Well, I mean, she's taking it, but she's not eating it right now. So you'd have to get her to eat more, or just give her laudanum.
Drug the child.
Yeah, you have to drug her. Which you could try, but you'd have to eat. She'd have to have it before she goes on the next house.
Okay.
So that's going to be some sort of play. Well, first one to drug her food.
That would be a really
That's actually a special move I have.
Do you want to do it?
Yeah.
All right, drug it.
Do it.
Well, roll. Do you have to roll?
Actually, it's just something they ate.
Well, let's see here. Well, what does it say?
When you spike someone's food with something that won't agree with them at all, roll a plus composure.
So you have to roll with your composure.
Yep. Nice. Very
10.
nice. All right.
So, if, with a full success, they are incapacitated for a period of time, or I have other things, and no one knows it was me.
All right. Good job, Dad. So you drugged her. So yeah, she doesn't make it to the 6th room. However, in the 6th room, first off, what does it look like? Well, no, we already decided it's sort of neo-brutalist future house. By these standards, you don't even notice. You don't have a chance to know what's weird about it. Because as soon as you step in, you hear abstinence. She's like, "Hello," and she starts to move. It's pitch black in here.
Locking the front door.
Okay. So, how are you dealing with abstinence? Are you going to say you're Francis? Hello, Francis. I knew you couldn't stay away from me. Don't say anything. It will be our secret. Are you going to serve the
Serve the house.
All right, roll.
Guide their direction?
No, you have to. That's telling her to do something.
Well, that's discreetly attempting to guide a non-staff person's actions.
Discreetly.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, sure. You can do it. What are you trying to tell them to do?
No, not here. It would be so scandalous. After all,
That's what makes it so good.
I'm a servant. That makes me forbidden fruit.
Even better. You have to. For guide their action, you have to. Well, you can roll. So yeah.
Let's see what happens. That's a 13.
God, I know a quick way to get her out of there, but you don't want to know it.
Very well. I'll go to the carriage house after this.
No. Let's finish the story here.
So do you want to add a new secret to your character sheet?
Yep, that's a new secret.
All right. Have you played
Francis, you're welcome.
You have so many more wrinkles than I thought.
Those aren't wrinkles, those are war wounds.
Oh, of course.
War changes a man, but war never changes.
It ages you prematurely.
So this is a campaign. There would be a new secret for...
Abstinence makes the heart grow fonder.
Nice. So yeah, the 6th door never opens. So Doom is stopped. We're stalled for a day at least. So that was All Hallows Eve, modification of the birthday party. And that was Bedlam Hall, so you survived another day.
I got stabbed by a druid.
You did get stabbed by a druid. There were multiple stabbings.
I got stabbed by an abstinence.
I got stabbed by the lady of the house.
Again, I'm sorry, but we had to try the cruel move thing once, and nobody else was going to pull the trigger.
That was good.
Which one was it?
The cruel move. My cruel move was turn of the screw, which I thought I set that up.
So, how do you guys like this?
Well, actually, I was setting up mine.
Actually, that one, accents are almost necessary.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
They really are.
So,
Well, just so you know
I was
what
totally
I
getting a
was planning on that.
from you.
Okay.
From the IT crowd.
What?
From the IT crowd.
I'll watch it.
My plan for using mine was going to be
No, it's awesome.
physical altercation on what's his name? Yeah, I was gonna physical altercation on Cousin Hildred once he had had 2 trauma.
Okay.
And basically, he was going to end up knocked the fuck out.
No, he would be
And it
dead.
would just
They're dead at like 5, I think.
yeah.
I thought that 4 was death's door, or 5 was death's. 5 is death's door, as opposed to
he would be
death.
dead. Yeah, and either way, you'd have a secret. But yeah, you could have done that.
The physical altercation does 3.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it does.
Just needed him to get 1
You
trauma.
You just like to kill people.
Oh, actually, I have to ask my own edification.
Ever since that Christie woman came along and started blaming butlers for everything, I figure if I'm going to be accused of the deed, I might as well do it once.
Yeah. Did Reverend Tuckett survive the night after getting brained with the pole arm?
Yeah, that was 1 or 2.
Well, it's 2.
Yeah, it was 2. What else happened to him?
He got stabbed.
Yeah, that was 1 or 2. Yeah,
but he was stabbed for like about 3 rounds worth because people were too worried about the fucking tarts.
Well, it was aggregate, like, so he probably.
She wasn't very good at stabbing.
Actually, he probably would have disappeared.
I mean, I got 2 stab wounds from.
Yeah, he probably would have
so
wandered off into
he
the
got 2
moors.
stab
Okay.
wounds
Yeah.
too.
So
it would have been at least 4.
Yeah, so he would have been not
possibly 5.
He probably would have listened to the suit of armor and gone off somewhere, not shown up again. So
okay, so probably not then.
Yeah, he probably did not survive. That's a good point.
One person killed.
Yeah. Any other thoughts? Anybody else not get a chance to?
I think it was really great. So.
All right, cool.
Yeah, definitely.
I had a lot of fun with it too. We'll try and run it again at some point. So we'll talk to you guys.
Bye.